It's time for the Gino Spot. That's right. Gino Spot. Get the party going. It's Gino Spot.
Down, coming out of PE town. One drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver, get to Gino Spot.
Gino Spot!
Get to Gino Spot.
Gino Spot!
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Have a Gino shot.
Gino Shot!
Get to Gino Spot.
Gino Spot!
Get to Gino Spot.
Gino Spot!
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Get to Gino Spot.
Gino Spot!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a rainy Gregarious. Indeed, the rain has just started. It's a blessing. That's what they say. It's a blessing, indeed. It's Gino Spot in the rain tonight. We're going to have lots of rain noises, I'm sure. A little bit later on, you'll hear when the other mics come on. They've told me. Santam even phoned me, sent me a message to say, put my car inside because there could be freaking hailstones. Holy shit. We've got lightning and thunder here. This is great. Welcome to PE. And Sherry Howe's online as well. Fantastic. We got John Berger. Of course, we have John Berger on. He is in the studio with us tonight, ready to be electrocuted by the next huge clap of thunder and lightning. He's moving away from the door. So we're going to clean out the gutters tonight. Fantastic. I hope this is all falling according to with the weather guru. Oh, Garth Sampson. Garth Sampson, said he would commit harikiri if it didn't rain tonight in PE. So, Garth, you're safe tonight. Brendan Kelly, how's it? Cheers, raining in Miramar as well. Yes, it's raining here like mad. I'm telling you, I don't know if it's got all the way to Darren Fuller because we've got her tonight as well. For what you're watching, we've got a full show tonight. Thank you to our sponsors, Fitchet Leads, of course, and to Spar, our headline sponsor, of course, as well as our internet provider, Amobia. They've been very good to us over this while, and the internet has been fantastic. Touch wood. Everything goes, because you never know with the interweb. It's so difficult. Right, and then of course Fat Cat's Catering, who's given us a tray. Grace, we love you, Grace, for this food. She graced us with some food. Fat Cat's always great. You know what the best thing about Fat Cats is? That they always give the musos food when you're playing at a gig. She's great. It's always like, hey guys, do you want some food? Would you like some food before you go on? Thanks, Grace. We love you for that too. We love you for that. All right, so please tell me where you're watching from, or tell me what you're drinking. I've got some Fitchet Leads with a bit of punters. There's our punters. Hey! And welcome to Gino Spot in the rain. Woo! All right. If you stop me up, Michelle Kelly, she's in Miramar. Tears raining, yeah. With Brendan Kelly, both you are. And there's Mimi Rupp from Rostone, etc. And Wendy Thompson, thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening. It's not raining in South, it's not raining in South End. Make a poor man cry. Ronald Midnight. Tuesday and Thursday. Nice to see Carol Jacobs back again from East London. Senora and Senora Bass is here today from Blue Water Bay. And Olga Williams is busy too. Alan Carter watching from a wet UK, wet UK, wet UK, wet UK. And Natalie Visari, howdy there, wine and thunder. The more wine you drink, the less scared you get of the thunder. So can I do? How's it from love? More heights. And Brian Wilkinson and Tanya Bashir. How's it, Tanya? All the way from Bushman's as well. Fantastic. We got all sorts. And it looks like the rain's let up a little bit. The thunder's still going on here today. Hectic thunder in Mill Park, says Sherry. Yes, you're sending it over this way as well. Jenny Johnson says we're in St. Francis and it's raining there as well. Well, you must have got it first, so it's obviously going to rain for a while because it takes about an hour and a half to drive to St. Francis. So Liz Taylor. Oh, we've got Elizabeth Taylor here tonight. Fantastic. John isn't scared of lightning. He is the lightning. She says he's having a good laugh at you. Enjoying the gin, and Gino, thank you. And I hope you're getting getting a little bit of gin, a little bit of wine. Relax because work is over for the day. It's Tuesday. We're sort of getting towards midweek, and that means we're getting towards the end of the week, and it's been a weekend again. Ah, yes, baby. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is time now to see what you should be watching on Netflix later on tonight after Gino Spot. And so let's see what Darren Fuller has to say. Darren Fuller!
Hello. How
How's
goes it?
Darren? How good, man. Is it raining there? Is it raining there by you yet?
You know, I was concerned because my insurance hadn't told me about any hailstorms.
Oh, really?
But from the window, I can most certainly see some storm is a brewing, even in Humewood.
Can
Although I
you
don't
see
see
it?
rain. But I see thunder and lightning. And
It's very, very frightening stuff. You know what of course, thunder
very
and lightning and nighttime thunder and lightning brings? It brings horror movies. That's right.
that's a happy day for me. I don't need lightning. That'd be ridiculous.
Oh, Darren, tell us what we should be watching then.
Okay, so hello everyone. I watched a real lot over this past weekend. So you'd be very proud since this is obviously what I offer. Okay, so these are with respect for Disney. I hope they don't sue me for wearing them, because if you are not watching the season, the Book of Boba Fett, I don't know what you're doing with your life because it is amazing. It is so good. For those of you who started watching it and thought, meh, it's not that great, episode 7, it's the best thing I've ever seen. It's the best thing ever, ever, ever. So if you like Star Wars, then please watch the Book of Boba Fett. Unless you haven't watched The Mandalorian, then watch that first. Okay, then, wow, okay, there's lightning here. There is lightning. It is very frightening. Okay, and then I watched this movie called Glass House, which is showing on Showmax, which was filmed in Port Elizabeth at the Hot House in St. George's. Yes. Anyway, a friend of mine, Charles Tate, he is actually one of the cameramen on the film, and he was just saying it's so fantastic. So I was like, well, considering I did partly study video production, I should be watching this, since I'm not doing anything else with it. So anyway, guys, this Glass House was absolutely fantastic. It was so amazing. Obviously, South African production, filmed in PE. It's a science fiction drama. It's a dystopian future where we've experienced this toxin that has caused people to lose their memory. So basically, it's just a small family of women and like their matriarch, and they're basically living day to day. They have these little cute gas masks that they've made, and they're living in this hot house until one day a strange man appears who can remember things and introduces some drama into their household. It's so fantastic. It is really well written. The film, the music, everything is so good. You have to absolutely watch it and just show how amazing PE is. So watch that. Then, okay, so as you know, I absolutely adore Christmas and I absolutely adore murder. And I thought that mixing these two would bring me joy, but I don't really know if it did. So I watched this movie called Black Christmas. It is very good. So it's the premise is it's these girls, they're in a sorority. They are staying over Christmas break or Thanksgiving. They're staying at the university, and inextricably they start getting murdered by this really weird black hooded figure. Look, it's very good. It's very intricate. There are lots of surprises. I did enjoy it, but I don't know. I think perhaps now I should just keep my Christmas and my murder separate because I don't know. It's just weird. But a good movie. Anyway, if you do like watch it. Then I watched this rom-com, which is new to Amazon Prime, called I Want You Back. This was so lovely, guys. It was so adorable. So this guy and this girl separately don't know each other. They both get dumped by their significant others, and they are terribly depressed, and they end up working in the same building, and then they catch each other crying in the stairwell, and they become friends because they were both just dumped. And after a while of chatting about it and hanging out with each other, they decide to come up with this plan to get their significant others back because they're both starting to date new people. So it's so funny. It has Jenny Slate in it and Charlie Day, who are just a fantastic duo. It's so funny. It's just a lovely, lovely movie. So really do watch that. Then, guys, I can see from the memes that everyone should have watched The Tinder Swindler by now. Wow, guys, wow. I mean, yeah, wow. So obviously this guy, apparently he's on Tinder, and when you swipe on him, he's all like really looking suave, and he's the son of a diamond mogul, and he's good looking, and then you meet up with him and he takes you to, like, I don't know, Thailand or something, and you're like, wow, this is the one. He's so amazing. And then all of a sudden he wants your money, and he just keeps wanting your money until you're drowning in debt. So guys, The Tinder Swindler was amazing. I couldn't believe it, honestly. This guy, wow, really, wow, guys. I don't know if South African women would really have fallen for that part of it, but you never know. You never know. So The Tinder Swindler, that's obviously real. It's based on an actual guy who is still trying to get back onto Tinder, apparently. Then Catching Killers has new episodes. That's just if you like murder, which I do. So it's like a 40-minute episode, interviews with the people who were pursuing cases that we knew previously, like BTK and Aileen Warnos. It's very good if you like murder. And then Murderville, which is hilarious. It's so funny. So the premise is each episode there's a cop and there is the other people involved in this murder, but each episode has an actual celebrity as a guest star who doesn't have the script. So they basically just have to make up as they go along and try to figure out who did the murder. It's so funny. We only watched the one with Conan O'Brien, but it is so good, guys, that it's actually hilarious. I basically laughed. I have abs now from laughing for 30 minutes. And then lastly, I watched a horror movie called Z. It was pretty terrifying, I'm not gonna lie. This couple, their young son starts speaking to his imaginary friend, which is adorable, till the imaginary friend starts killing. And then it has a link to her past. It's just really, really creepy. And for me to say something is creepy, it's creepy. It was creepy. So yes, guys, that's basically, I mean, honestly, I watched more, but we don't have the whole show to talk to me. So I will relay more information to you next week.
Oh, fantastic. Just before you go, I wanted to find out the name of the one that was done in PE again.
Oh, Glass House.
Glass House. And is that on Netflix as well?
Unfortunately not.
On
it's
YouTube.
only on Showmax.
Showmax. Okay.
Yes, on Showmax. I think a lot of people hopefully do have Showmax.
Yes.
But
Well, my wife
yes,
does for some unknown reason. I've always thought
it is. It's truly. It's such a great movie. It was honestly like the best thing I watched all weekend. So I was so
Okay.
proud. Yes, I'm so proud of our peeps.
lovely, and I like the one where the main actor doesn't know what it's doing. What's that one called again?
Murderville. It's so funny.
Murderville.
It
Okay.
was- it's so good. It's such a brilliant idea. It's just so funny.
Yes.
Very
That is
good.
good. That is good. So the main actor, they're supposed to be good, So they're supposed to be able to come up with stuff on the fly. I like that.
I like it. They break character all the time and they start laughing.
really?
So it's just yes. It's basically a skit in a show. It's just pretty funny.
Oh, I love it. I'm gonna try that
Yeah.
next. And I did watch the Tinder Swindler, and I can't believe it's like, oh man! Surely after the first 100 grand, you think, okay, let me stop giving him money.
I don't even know if my family asked me for that much money if I'd loan it to them. So
yeah, like, piss off, man.
Some guy on Tinder, I just don't know.
Everybody
Wow.
got a 10 rand for me. No, listen, sorry, man. I haven't got that 10 rand, man.
Yeah,
No, but
like,
I
send me a
was
please,
circling
send me a
here,
please
bro.
call me. No,
No.
no, not here.
Thank you, Darren. You're a legend. Thank you so much. All right. We'll see you next week. See you next week, Tuesday. Darren Fuller. What a lovely lady. Excellent. All right, it's time, ladies and gentlemen, for our guest to come on. And let's bring him on with some fanfare. There we go. We're on with John. I don't know if we've got our mics on. Or our mics. I think mics are on.
I don't know.
Move your little mic a bit closer to you. That'll be beautiful. And
Sit down.
lovely to have you here,
Sure.
John.
Thanks, bro. Nice to be here.
Fantastic, man.
Yeah.
And yes, and the rain and the thunders. You guys will be able to hear from here as well. I'm sure these mics are
Yeah, it's hectic.
Can you hear that? That is like, whoa.
Really cool.
We're in the valley, Chick. We're in the valley, so we save the lightning. Hits the oaks at the top of the hill.
You reckon?
Yeah.
The plebs.
Yeah. Full park guys up there.
Yeah. All the wealthy fellas, eh? As monkels.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Tim Fraser's up there. He's up on the hill always, and somebody we should probably get in as well. And we've got a lovely crowd on tonight watching us here too. A whole bunch of people on.
John isn't scared of lightning. I dig that. Thanks, Lizzie.
Scared of lightning? No, he's not. I think he likes it. It's refreshing. I can smell that. I
Yeah.
like that smell of it.
I love it. It's absolutely
awesome.
It's like that Fynbos smell. There's that spot where you go past the. I think it's where you go after the cemetery and you turn left to go into La Roche Drive. As you take that bend, going towards the beachfront, as you take that bend, you get that.
You mean in a Warmer Road from here, you go down Warmer Road and you turn right.
Yeah, you're going towards Strandfontein and then you take a left. Yeah.
Station.
Yeah, and you just get that smell. Yes, it's like a.
My granny's buried there. Maybe she heard it.
I hope not, true.
My granny. And Jenny Johnston saying, "How's it sipping on a glass of blood orange gin?"
That's lacquer.
Sounds like a horror movie as well, even with the drink.
It's a nice gin, that. Yeah.
We got a bit of punters. This is Keith Clark. Have you met Keith Clark?
I haven't actually. I was wondering what I'm drinking. It's lacquer.
This is punters. Keith Clark is a PE stalwart, and he when you get your restaurant going again, I'm sure you can get hold of him too.
I have no idea. It's actually down pleasant.
Very nice.
Like
indeed.
it. Thank you.
And I see there Dane DeBell saying John Burger.
The chili bastard. Have you tried that Axe chilies before?
No, yes, like have you got?
Okay, so at Flava Danny had a.
Yeah.
It's like the Scarlet Pimpernel. You don't see him forever. And then one night out of the blue, voila! And he's got this presence. I mean, him and Darren are good together, clearly.
Okay.
And he'll either arrive there with a ripe picking or a taste of this or a fucking scary looking vial brew. I'm not joking, literally vials. Like a taste of, yeah. So, I mean, he loves his chilies and he's really, he knows his story.
Paying for days. Like.
Yeah, some of them. Some of them are actually quite, I've been hurt by one or two.
Experimental things as well.
But he just arrives.
Do you like a bit of chili in your...
Yeah, I must admit, I never really wasn't a big fan until... Hey, this lockdown thing's just been crazy.
Changed,
Yeah, I think maybe it's because now if I sit and eat, I'll actually I'm not standing or hiding behind a counter or under a fridge or in the back in an alleyway trying. So you actually take the time to enjoy what you're eating. So yeah, there's lots of things that I have.
We were talking just before the show about, we normally talk about what you're doing now, what's exciting you now. There's lightning there. It's going to be a big thing of thunder.
I'm not at the door anymore, so I'm fine.
But what you're doing now, and we were talking about this sort of almost like a rebirth of all sorts of things that you weren't able to do before, you know. Has it spurred you again with your food, as in your cooking?
Yeah, no, it's been incredible. It's. I think exhaustion. I think most people in the industry that do it in the manner that I used to do it, and I mean most of the local folks do it. The owners, and they graft, and if they're not in the kitchen, they're physically up front, and they're actively involved in the places. You don't quite realize it because it's such a natural high. You graft like 12, 13 hours, and you feel fine until you get home.
Yes.
So now then you also, so you don't want to go and sleep, you don't want to watch a bit of TV, so, and the next thing you're in for a couple of hours of sleep and back to it but you get into this absolute routine. Yeah. So the COVID thing just kind of, it changed my life. It like worked. It sort of made me realize that there's more to it.
Yeah.
There's other ways. You neglect your family. Yeah. You don't realize it. You don't realize it, and that's terrible. And they care for you, so they don't say anything because they know it's just a dream you're chasing.
And it's your project.
Which is so bloody selfish, but you don't realize it. We just had the conversation about selfish people and such. Yeah. So it's allowed me to sort of reinvent myself with the help of a few friends. You know, I was never a takeaway guy, and I was never that type of thing. And then, it just
forced into it.
Yeah, I was kind of forced into it, and it just sort of evolved. And I thought, well, shit, why not? Let's run with this thing.
Because in anything, and often with the job that you've got, and with the thing where you get so involved in it, and you're doing it such a lot that you're experienced in that field, and you almost don't want to change your mind. It's like musicians. I've been playing drums for so long. For me, to learn something new on the drum kit, it's like you have to change your mindset and say that I can learn anything from anybody at any time. Yeah. So you've got to almost step back and look at the big picture and say, like, you can be wrong. You can change the way you do.
You can, because for me it was the comfort zone, and the comfort zone. Yeah. What I kind of realized is it breeds almost an arrogance.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, it's wrong. Don't fuck with me, you know. Yeah. You're listening, but you're not paying attention. Yes. So you just carry on, and then without realizing it, it just becomes this monotony of.
Yeah. Every day.
Yeah.
And you're chasing a bit of bucks because the money's okay, the money's coming in.
Yeah, well, let's face it, the industry is like not exactly. Yeah. It's not back in the days of, like, I look at the old SIDS, and back in those days, if you had a restaurant, you got to go grease 3 times a year. Yes. Used to make bucks,
But there's enough there to keep you going, and the promise of more keeps you going back, and then you almost get locked in.
And it's a love for it as well.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, you find yourself, like I say, being consumed. You're just thinking about, what am I doing here? What am I going to do here? How am I going to change this up? What am I going to do? And you just forget the rest of everything else is around you.
In your life, that I mean, it's Miles saying, where's his cycling kit? He didn't put it on tonight.
Is he back from gym? Did you train properly, boy? It's my neighbour.
And Lynn Singer saying, how's it as well?
Hello, Lenny.
Nice to see you.
I forget to read there.
Lynn, was she in your class as well?
Lynn was, yes. Lynn was, yeah. There's my pirate friend, Mandy.
Anna's saying, how's it as well?
Danny Hunnell, she's lovely.
Danny Hunnell said that I must sing you... Fix me, what's it?
Oh, no, tell Auntie Hunnell's not to get down there. What is Shawnee Britt now? See, I'm ignoring you, Tony Hunnell's, go away.
Mandy van Collar there saying, you pirate. And Mimi Rupp says, how's it as well?
See, Shawnee Britta knows me, eh? I'm sober, Bruce, I'm going to behave, I promise, Shawnee.
Sean Britta there saying, how's it too? But get the popcorn out, folks. Not sure what Johnny is in the house tonight, whichever one, it's going to be a wild ride. Yeah, you know, I think John, you are.
That's a bit scary that you know me that well,
You
Shawnee.
know, you're right, Sean, and because John, you are a larger than life kind of person. You know, you enjoy and I relate to that because I'm in the comedy scene and the entertainment industry. You entertain when you cook as well. You like that?
No, I dig it, bro. You got to, eh? You know, it's like anything. You can do something every day and differently, but if you don't do something other, you know, food's an experience, eh?
Yeah.
You know, Wayne Cullis now, where's our Cullis? Is he not on your...
Cullis.
We spoke about this on numerous occasions, all brain farts back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't know if alcohol was involved. I think.
Oh, I'm sure it probably was with Kalas.
Yeah. So, so we were going to do a food, music, wine, and art pairing.
Oh, lovely.
So,
all
yeah, I think it was a bottle of red wine because we were sitting at that wine
It would have
cellar.
been
Yeah,
red
it must
wine.
have been red wine. But so, can you just imagine how cool that would be?
amazing. It's all the different, the taste, the feel.
Yeah, so you match a song to a meal to art to
all the senses.
yeah,
Visual,
yeah.
auditory,
That-
taste,
It's,
smell.
that is still something I really would like to do one day.
Yeah, right. And so add in all those
Yeah,
different
yeah,
things.
yeah.
And a whole meal. Everybody loves that. I mean, it's why do you go out to a restaurant
Yeah.
in the end? You go because you're going to be spoiled and because you're going to have something different from what you do at home.
Well, that's one thing I aspire to, you know, with my new little venture we'll talk about just now, but it's just, there's nowhere, it's not important right now.
Well, we
But
can talk about it now.
but it's something that I also learned from Flava is that you don't, you know, you have to, that monotony tends to, we've said this over and over again, it's fact. So I want to create something where there's constant entertainment, but different, on a different level, you know, and intimate and small. And we were out at the Karoo Theatrical Hotel this last week.
Oh,
My wife took me
wow.
there for my birthday.
Beautiful, hey?
Brew, let me tell you something.
And
Those
the drag
oaks,
show and the whole thing.
but you don't go there. You don't quite expect the quality and the professionalism. You know, you think you're going there to go watch a drag show.
Yeah.
And then you get there, and there's his oaks and this guy on the piano.
Yeah,
That
good.
is world class.
Unbelievable.
It's phenomenal. And
They
these.
give-
So,
Fantastic.
so
It was
these oaks,
such a fun weekend.
are Murungan out there somewhere. It's absolutely beautiful.
It is. I
Their
don't even
main
know
business focus is one night a week.
Yeah.
And that's all they care about. I mean, those oaks have got it right.
And it's so funny because when a gay couple moving into town,
Yeah.
a Burki community.
Yeah, the stories,
it was
yeah.
hectic at the time, you know, and I
Yeah.
think everybody eventually has embraced them because they realize that they bring so many tourists in.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing experience. If you haven't done it, state level.
Yeah, state level, yeah.
Follies or something
State level
it's called.
Follies, a Karoo, yeah, Karoo Theatrical. It was an old off-sales. That
Yes.
was originally built by one of the, I think, one of the Khans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Interesting story is that where that, if you've been there, you've got state level, which there's no robots, bro, and two parallel streets, and it's awesome. But then you go off the little dirt road, and there's another dirt road that sort of runs parallel to the hotel.
Yes.
And I was like, I've got to ask all the questions. And my wife's like, the expert. I'm like, he needs to answer my questions. I need to know this now. But he was explaining to me that when that place was built, and he then showed me the church, the back door of the church, which is in the Dorpie, looks directly at them, okay? Because the dominee back in the day, now, in those days, that you weren't allowed, there was no drinking allowed in town.
Okay.
So, but where that little
Stronger.
where the dirt road is, the district then allowed it, didn't fall in the district. So they bought the off sales there, and now the oaks can all move it there on that side and go and hoy. And then, so of course the dominee would then stand with his binoculars and check out, wie van die, wat die mense, dis nou die off sales, bro.
Bring my goud connect.
But it's just a superb thing. So what I'm trying to say is that, like you oaks have reinvented yourselves, and this is going to progress and develop and kind of fit into the way things
Yes, absolutely.
move on.
So a bit of the entertainment thing, and Flava was certainly had big chunks of that as well.
Yeah.
And in terms of the fact that you were always just there behind the counter, talking to everybody, camera on, give it special attention. That's, people love that.
As kakpraat 'n siekte was, wat sê dis ek lank al doen het.
Also, just see Ronald's up in the morning there in New Zealand.
Who, Ronald Minnar? Why do I recognize that
he
fella?
He says, Johnny, that my crazy Polish girlfriend, Kinga, says she's so sorry that there's no way she's going to give it 5 to watch anybody. She was at the...
Talking us how's it, eh? Jeez.
She's from Polska.
Yeah. Kinga used to be quite a regular there. Kinga Stash. I don't know how you pronounce it. Yeah.
Nice.
Ja, Tannie Mimi, ek sien julle donderdag, né?
Yes, so Thursday you're going to go and do a supper thing.
No, they're coming to the new little place that I'm busy with at the moment.
Let's get into that. Tell us a little bit about that before we're going to get into your cycling soon as well.
No. Okay, so yeah, like we know, with the lockdown, just to cock up, started.
We had an interview with you like 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah, I was still in my garden. We weren't allowed out.
Yeah.
My wife still said I'm sitting in the garden. Yeah, I remember that. In the dark,
shouting instructions at me. You showed me how to cook a good steak.
Yes, that's right. I remember that. I still dropped that steak off on you.
Yeah.
Did you lie to me, or was it really like
it? It was beautiful.
Okay,
and I used with the mushroom sauce with truffles.
With that truffle
oil.
Truffle sesame.
Truffle oil and mushroom. That's one of his secrets.
I want to tell you a quick story, interesting story about those truffles. Truffles just cost more than, gold. Okay, basically we can't afford them in this country. So Auntie Mimi, my Tommy, goes up to Namaqualand, they go up, and then, there it's a staple for the workers. Okay. So it's a different type of truffle, but if you dry it, Mims brings a whole lot through, and I dry them and I infuse them in oil, and I still have, from my last year's batch, about 3 of them in the fridge that are solid. And just a great over anything.
Oh, really?
Is just magnificent. Not quite compared to the European truffles, but So that's a hint, Tannie Mimi. Ek soek nog.
Is this a root or a plant?
It's a mushroom.
It's a mushroom.
Yeah, it's a mushroom. Okay. So traditionally they were sniffed out in the old days with pigs.
Yeah, okay.
Now, of course, they're farmed, so the dogs, then they grow just under the ground. But in the Namaqualand land, they actually char them. They boil them like potatoes and eat them.
But with the mushroom cream and mushroom sauce, it's just absolutely beautiful.
Oh no, it's fantastic.
So you get truffle oil as well, then?
Yeah, you do get truffle oil, but most of the stuff is flavored. It's not. They've got like an essence. Yeah, it's truffle flavored oil. So you to get that actual taste of it, it's got to sit.
Okay.
So my Auntie Mimi gets her bottle and then she
I tell you, Mimi is the importer of notes.
Yes,
she will bring, her bucky is full when she comes back from.
Nah, she's an absolute legend. She's my neighbour, so there's a lot of cross transactions that go on the Villiers Road.
Lovely, some trade schools.
Yeah.
I see Sherry House says John was the only reason that I sometimes got dressed in lockdown while working from home. I couldn't pick up my food at the gate.
Cuck, you did a few times, you liar.
We had to do it. So hectic at the time. Where lockdown, we're stuck in our yards. We couldn't even go out.
Yeah.
And it pushes for ourselves, the musos, and for you guys.
Just takes you to another.
Yeah.
It was terrible. It was absolutely. We had the conversation again earlier on. It was just horrific. You don't quite. At the time you didn't know how you were going to do it. Now I'm thinking to myself, how am I going to take all the stuff I learned and apply this to how it's going on? So life's a funny thing, eh? If you're not open to learning and you're not open to moving forward, you're going to stagnate. You've got to fly with it.
But now your new place, it's called.
Okay, so basically what happened when this all happened? One of my regular clientele that was at Flava pretty much twice a week. Yeah. I'm not going to mention any names or anything. Was incredibly kind enough. I was sitting at a point where all this equipment and at this point the sharks were like chomping, but they were, Oaks would come in and say to you, I'm going to give you 50 grand for everything. It's worth like 800,000, So it was, the guys were really being screwed over at that point. And I was, like I said, I was devastated. I didn't know what was going to go on. I didn't know where we were going to go with it. And I got the phone call one day. And listen, I've cleared out my double garage. Got a truck, and fit your equipment. I literally just sat down and tears just flowed. I'm like, that was such a relief because I now knew, there was that little bit of hope that Because that's your main expense is equipment and everything
Yes, of
else.
course.
Yeah.
And your place to stay, your place to, so you've got now a place then to work from.
Yeah, well, you see, I've been working from home. I'm in a cuck already because I've already 2 of the stove plates are murtu, so my wife is stove.
Your own stove is like
So and then of course this little venue came up in Clevedon, and it's an old heritage home.
Old home.
So it's nothing like Flava was. And
Is the church on the top end, and then it goes Clevedon Road? Is that the one that goes down the hill?
Yeah, it goes down the hill. So I'm at Westbourne Road. You take the left.
Russell.
To Eastbourne. So it's
parallel.
so it's
parallel to
Albany,
Eastbourne,
Clevedon, Eastbourne. Yes.
So you go from the pharmacy, you go across the road.
That's right. Yeah. That's it.
Okay, no.
So it's nothing like that was, but I mean I was fortunate to have my equipment and have all of that stuff, and I had to think out of the box. I mean, I've turned a bedroom into a kitchen.
Yes.
And we've turned a bedroom into a bathroom, and and it's this tiny little small 30-seater, and unfortunately we've had a few complications with the politics, and well, not the politics, the process in getting it reopened. So I've been working from there for a while, and doing private functions, and excuse me, it's a like give me a little,
Yes, Philippa, we need some ice. If Philippa's watching, please bring us some ice.
Please, Philippa.
Ice. You know, it's getting very hot over here, and the rain's just stopped now.
Yeah, you've been red in the face there, bro. So there's that, and like I do little things for Mimi and that, but majority of the time it's still the takeaway stuff. I do a lot of private work, private little functions.
Well, I see you got the WhatsApp groups that you send, and it always sells out. So,
dude, it's incredible.
Yeah, it's great.
It's incredible. It really is. I've been blessed in a huge sense that I've been able to make something of this. Yeah. I mean, I work my poople off because there's no staff involved, but I'm still doing what I enjoy. Yeah. And I get family time and that's another thing. I mean, I've always loved cycling, my exercise, and I never really got a chance to do any of that. Yeah. So life has changed. Life is good.
Yeah, it has, and it's like we were talking about. It forces you to change.
Yeah.
So it forces you to reassess everything. Hey, Martin Neff's online. Martin is on Thursday. He's coming on Thursday.
That's Marty.
Marty.
Hey.
Here we go. Here's Marty in his kitchen. He said, "Look, that's my kitchen."
Is it yours?
That's my kitchen in there. Yes, Marty. He's going to be on Thursday. So
is he going to be on Thursday?
Yeah, so he's got a whole bunch of stories. Old friendship. We're going to chat to him, head of marketing at Adidas, and
but he's not with Puma anymore. Puma
as well.
Yeah.
He was Adidas and then Puma.
Okay,
after that as well. Now, still, his son is running the Puma.
Okay, so that's working. Cool.
Yeah, he's kind of like an executive director now.
I thought Martin always had the agency for Puma. Well, he did.
There we go.
Hello.
He's here for the ice.
Thank you.
Get some ice. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. We need ice.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do the cardinal.
Okay, no, go for it.
I still haven't learned to open these things without opening. You know that?
Oh, crikey! Is it got a? I thought it was a twist off. Oh dear.
No, I can mirror it against something and break. No. I'll go for the gin rather than.
All right.
Why not? Stop you up there.
We'll have to get Philippa to come back with a can opener.
No, don't worry about it, Philippa. What's this ex name again that does this?
Keith Clark.
Keith. More.
Thank you. We need more though, Keith. Yes, it's run out now. he's going to finish it tonight. Kim Robertson is on there.
Kimmy!
We're also going to get Kim on.
Yeah, Kimmy, we've actually been in quite a few rides together, particularly last Friday, but it was so bloody dark and shitty. I don't think, a lot of oaks in the bunch. I don't think you even realized I was there.
Does she ride as well? Actually?
Yeah, Kim and Barry do tandem.
Oh,
but like we're talking, they are no.
Do you moan at each other, Kim? Do you moan?
Nah.
Come on, pedal harder, pedal harder. No, it's just, is it good for your marriage or bad for your marriage, riding tandem?
Well, it can't be bad because they're still doing it. So. After all these years.
Mandy Pullen says Derek wants to know where's your ice cream.
Shut up, Derek.
Oh, there we go.
Thank you. Yeah, it's all right. Thanks, Philippa.
We've got the beer for you when you need it next. We've got it's the happy.
No, I'm not going to get that wild. I'm actually going to try and ride tomorrow morning.
You got it.
Hey, my wife would break that thing quick. She breaks those things. Cheers. Thanks for having me.
All right, so cycling
Oh.
has been a thing now, and you are doing this is what Olga got hold of me as well.
Yeah.
Said you've got to punt this because you're doing it for animal welfare, which of course Kim, I know, is a big animal lover as well. I know that, and people like Morazan Pereira and Caroline Keller. And so
I'm expecting all of this.
You're on their side.
Yeah, it's. I'm no great cyclist, but I enjoy it and I dig it and it's fun.
But you've been cycling for a long time.
Yeah, well, I think I stopped smoking 7 years ago. And
is that when you started?
No. Well, I stopped.
Yeah.
And I put my smoke money in a tin for a year, and that's bought myself a new bike.
So
that's how it kind of all started.
You
Yeah.
bought a bike with smoke money.
Yeah, bro.
Love that.
Hey, I had a Spider-Man tin. Then my wife found out about it, so that's more too. No, I'm sorry. She's not. She's lovely. She doesn't do that.
She could have bought something nice for your wife.
There, she's online. My child's obviously saying hi to me. Hello, my sweetheart. How are you?
I see Garth Timothy online as well.
Oh, good Lord.
Loud and proud.
Garthy.
Garth used to stay across the road from us at Central, I remember.
Yes.
Garth. And Wendy Swanell, great show.
I
Thank you,
love to
Wendy.
hate Garth.
Wendy's in Tsitsikamma.
Cheapers. Hello, Auntie Carol.
Carol Redknott.
Jeez, Auntie Carol and I, Carol and I, my granny's house in listen to me, Cleve Road. Cleve Road in Cotswold.
Cotswold, okay.
We've known each other. She's known me since I was like a little.
Lighty, she's
Yeah. Well, probably, yeah. Can't recall that. Hey, Michael Clement. How you, Mark? How you, boy?
Mark Clement, there we go. And did you grow up in Cotswold as well?
No. Born and bred in Charlotte.
Oh, okay, Charlotte.
Yeah. My grandparents were in Cotswold.
Okay.
I mean, in those days it was like big family. We spent so much time with our grannies and our grandpas.
Yes.
That was the lacquer days.
Yeah. Well, your folks used to leave you outside.
Yeah, well, that's it.
Send you to ride to school when you're 9 years old.
Here's a costume, there's a mulberry tree, find silkworms, find chameleons, chow mulberries, see you at 5. And that was it. That was pretty much it.
But okay, just before we get into your family and stuff and your history, just talk about the bicycle thing because you are raising funds.
All right. So what then happened then is, I lost my dad, and this isn't about my dad or any martyrdom or anything like this. I lost him. We lost him tragically last year.
Okay.
And one of the things is when he was kind of in the process, when we still had a little bit of hope that it was all going to be okay. Yeah. I said to him, because he used to be an avid cyclist.
Okay.
He used to cycle. He did Herald cycle tours, and he used to do a whole lot of stuff. And in those days, you got the fun. You got your patch, a pedal for the paw and others, which we dug out recently out the garage. So what has happened then is I said to him, Dad, you know what? I'm going to get my old mountain bike, an old Trek. So we're going to clean it up nicely for you. And I said, I'm going to come in and we're going to just ride around the neighborhood.
Okay.
We're going to get you on the bike again. Yeah, and he was so excited. He wanted to do that. That was like, anyway, things just, that didn't happen. And I didn't think anything of it. And Olga actually mentioned it today, Olga Williams, because Olga used to work with my dad as a PR at Vodacom. Very close relationship, very tight. And so I was sitting watching TV, and I thought to myself, you want to do that one thing, just that one thing that that's just going to mean everything for you. And I thought, fuck it. I maybe a bit brave in saying 24 hours, but anyway, it's done now. I'm in Cook, so I'm going to do it. So I said, why don't we do this over a 24-hour period? Just do a loop. You cycle over that period, and we get people involved, and we raise money for something like the animal welfare, because I love animals, my old man loved animals, my family loved animals, every one of my friends, most of the people over there, miss you too, Dobbo.
Carol Law as well.
Hey, it's alive! Hello, Mrs. Claw.
Man, I don't know if she's on. I don't see a thing there, but somebody better tag her if she's not. Mandy Puddin says...
Nah, she's probably watching us.
What's the ice cream story?
I must make that homemade ice cream. And I haven't done that because you can't deliver ice cream.
Yeah.
It's one of my plans that I'm going to keep doing now and
need
try
a freezer truck.
It's not going to happen. So Yeah, Derek is on
Sit
occasion.
still.
Yeah, he's on occasion. Who's this?
This is Wayne Dobkins.
Dude, you know. You know.
Sit still.
No, I'm not a city stilly type.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
it doesn't
Shane
work.
Barnes says,
Hey, Buttercup. It's a funny story.
Tell us.
So anyway, I'll tell you. Shane and I end up working private functions. Dude, if for some other reason, if I'm working a private wedding or something,
He's DJ.
Shane's DJ. And it went back from years and years. We used to go out to Crom and we did this thing on the hour, every hour, Buttercup, and we used to sing Buttercup, you know, and we used to sing it. So every time I see Shane, I want to ask him, Hoi Buttercup, Hoi Buttercup. So wherever I am, it's like, Buttercup, Buttercup, Buttercup.
Buttercup, baby.
And that's it.
Okay,
I'm not Buttercup.
Oh, Shane, no.
Yeah.
We met Shane and Duncan Crispon. And,
Tell us a karate story. I don't know if that's a good idea, Mark.
Oh, my word. You used to do karate.
Yeah, my whole life, really, since I was 5.
And it was not with Benny Mangles and that.
No, Claude Johnson.
I wonder if Benny Mangles is still alive.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Know.
There's a story about Benny doing the ninja stuff, you know?
Yeah, no,
Walking-
listen,
coming
that's
to
a very
class.
strange, because, I mean, we used to often go train at his dojo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder. I don't know. It's a very interesting-
Anybody knows?
Anybody
Benny's
knows?
still going.
I don't think so,
He
actually.
used to do photography as
We
well.
lost one of our real prominent senseis from through the years, Tony Williams, last year, the year last, in a terrible car accident.
Oh, man.
We were going off to a competition and kids in the car, and it's just horrible. Yeah,
That's terrible.
Yeah, so I've been doing that for a long
There you
time.
go. Sheena says, John Boy.
Hello, Sheens.
Sheena organised a lot of races. And
Now,
stuff.
Sheens and Sean are going to be my backup
Oh, okay.
for the ride.
cycling.
Yeah,
Okay.
so they come.
24 hours, eh?
Yeah, so look, of the 24 hours, I'm probably going to ride about 21. You know, you got to stop, you got to of the hours, but it's the time thing more than anything else. It's not a race. We're not going to push it. We're not going to go fast. The whole thing is we want to get. We've got.
You got your best, the best.
Still got him,
calves,
sister.
eh?
Still
Show-
got him. Still
show
got
them
him.
The calves.
No, sis Margaret, that's rude.
Miplon. La Miplon. Margie.
Margie!
Marguerite,
You
Blanc.
see, yeah, they come with that ice cream cuck now.
Clinton
Go to
Silva
bed,
says,
Clinton.
I'll collect your He's collect it from me. There we go. He's got a freezer truck.
He might, You never know that, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, so Sheena and them Live Adventure, they are very generously, they're going to be, because the
up.
first lot is going to be, we're going to get the night done first.
Yeah,
So obviously
okay.
we're going to have a light behind me. And we've got a couple of security exit. There's a couple of dodgy spots around town that we've got to be careful of.
Are you going to, who's the security guys that Dave got, not Dave Gardner?
No, we're going to be using, there's a specific, I think they're called Dark Water Ops. We've actually just, Marizon and I were on the phone today. So they do that whole area, that Sardinia Bay area.
Yes, and I think they do in the valley as well.
Yes, yeah. So they kind of do the darker. It's very
darker
appropriate,
areas.
yeah. So yeah, you know, we've got a company called Track My Ride,
Okay.
which is going to be fitting me with a the whole thing here is we want guys to come and join, whether it's for an hour or for one loop or whatever. So people will be able to click the link and figure out where I am
Lekker.
at any point in time.
I will come watch and clap for you.
So yeah, we don't know what the state will be, but anyway, I'll be there. Trapfiets.
Sound.
Uh-oh.
Just fixing the sound quick because I know it just checking it.
Okay, we're good.
Sure, because sometimes
Yeah.
we get a sound issue, but not tonight.
So anyway, Gino, just to get back to the
Yes,
ride,
something, yeah.
Mr. Lancaster, quickly.
Tony, I'm not Tony. Stephen, yes. Yes, eating and drinking is so important on the long ride.
Got it, buddy, got it. It's all under control. My sister's got that, my other sister's
Okay.
got that, and I can net fit trap.
Is it? I don't remember how to pronounce that. Is it Shan?
Sean.
Sean.
Sheena.
Sean is the
Sean
what's the
and
Irish way of spelling Sean?
So he likes to think so.
Sean.
Yeah.
There we go. And it's such an impressive effort, he says. Fantastic.
Yeah, Steve has actually been very kind. When we started with the whole thing, we sat and met up with him because he did that
Yes.
psychotic bloody.
Up and down.
Which is just
Everest thing.
You know, it's one thing cycling for 24 hours. You can freewheel, you got downhills, you got wind. It's all lacquer. You know, it's just the time thing that really is a problem. But I mean, this clown ran up and down. Sorry, Stevie, I love you, but up and down a hill. I mean, that is impressive. That's insane.
And he also does the 100 milers.
No, he's been doing it. Have you seen some of these things that Sheena and Sean do?
Crazy stuff.
I mean, it's madness. Stupid. Anyway.
I do their trail runs. I love the trail runs. It's through the valley or the Nanaga one.
Yeah,
is absolutely lovely.
But that
The
Edo one
sunshine.
where they do 100 miles.
Oh no, that's crazy.
That's
as well.
bedonderdheid, yeah.
That's crazy. So we got so it's 24 hours
Yeah.
and you're raising.
So basically we've, you know, if anybody, and I'm going to punt this now because this is the real reason we're doing it.
Yeah.
You know, so many people. We actually had the conversation today at Animal Welfare where people talk about it and no one does anything. And I don't think anyone realizes how dire the need is. You know, if you go to Animal Welfare, everyone talks about it, but go there and have a look. I mean, these guys need help and they need constant help. And you look at these animals and some of them are the most magnificent things that have just been dumped.
Yeah.
I mean, one morning I got there and there was a box of 10 dogs just left.
Hey.
Little puppies. I mean, some sick clients out there.
Yeah.
So it's they don't have a voice. So it's just something that we're doing for it. So if you go onto the link,
Sanity's overrated. Sure, Gino.
there you got it, buddy.
They enable the insanity.
Quite right.
So if you've got
So there's a give and gain link where you can go and donate.
Okay.
And there's also the details are on the page. 24 hours for Louis. Just go and look it
24
up.
hours
We
for
didn't make a page. We actually made it. We did a. My sister did all of this. Where you invite.
Is that Leanne?
No, Taryn.
Taryn.
Taryn, yeah. Taryn and her husband Grant, because Grant's one of these. That can go tick and stuff happens, you know.
All right.
You know, I don't understand that.
Okay.
So yeah, so they, you know, so we didn't want to, you know, kill the public with it. It's a very personal thing.
It is.
But we want everyone to be generous. I mean, $100, $200, whatever you can afford. We've got drop-off points. Cindy Hilton.
Cindy, there's another
she's been
animal
incredible in helping me as well.
She's lovely.
We've got a TPO in York Road.
Is Narissa involved as well?
Narissa also has a trolley and stuff up there in her
Newton
spa.
Park Spa.
Yeah,
She's
so
Newton
go
Park
and
Spa.
drop off anything. There is a list also on this page of anybody who, they've got a little wish list. They need anything from blankets to you name it.
Okay.
Types of food and that type of thing. So yeah, anything.
Because it's a constant need. This is the thing. It
Constant.
doesn't end. It's not like, okay, we're giving all this stuff. And
No.
okay. It's always, we've got to keep on thinking about it.
And it's
you know?
terrible
There you go.
to
She's
see.
put the link on. Taryn's put the link on. Fantastic. So
Has
you can
she?
click on the comments.
Look at you, go
I think
sister.
Gary can actually, I don't know if you can.
Thank you.
Gary can actually put it onto all the different destinations as well.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you, guys.
do that.
Yeah, look, we just really want to do this thing, and in the hopes of, and I don't want to carry on about this because not really,
No.
but in the hopes of kind of making this an annual thing.
Yeah.
You know, so next year, it doesn't have to be me. We can do a relay. We can do someone riding for an hour, someone riding for 3 hours.
Something.
So just make it an event, an annual event where we can.
It's certainly, you know, and if there's one thing that COVID has taught us, it's to get together as a community and help each other, and that's a fantastic way to do it. I love it.
And it's going brilliantly, Oaks. We almost done. I think we've almost raised 11,000 rand.
Already?
We only made this public last week. We've got some Oaks that have challenged that'll be paying whatever I do per kilometre, and someone's challenged them. So anyone, just make it a jaw, get involved. Just you know. We just,
Per kilometre, you're going to be riding flat out then.
No, not really. You must be bedoeling. I've been asked a few times how far I'm not committing.
Yeah, non-committal with that.
I also want to say we got a great relief this morning. You know, we were going to start from outside my complex in Warmer and the Oxygen Life Church.
Yes.
That's right there in 2nd Avenue.
Yes.
Very graciously have offered us a spot in their parking lot.
Oh, okay.
Which is wonderful for anyone who wants to pull past. They've got the coffee shop, they've got the little deli thing there. So they have been. That was great news today. That's absolutely fantastic.
So
and yes, thank you
from
guys.
there. Are you going to do a loop from there?
Yeah. So basically,
Villiers
2nd
Road.
Avenue. I'm going to go straight up Villiers. I want to try and avoid that traffic. Go into Greenchills Park, back up Boffersfontein, past the Prestons. Look at it longingly, wave, drive past. I'm cheating actually because from there. There's that lekker downhill.
Yes.
Every 40 k's down to Skunies now. So
Skunies.
And I've also done this because if the wind gets cock, I can change direction.
Oh, right, I see.
So I'm looking after my own, but
But there's a little bit of hill there. There's
a little bit of hill. Yeah, there's good old rush all the time.
Mount Pleasant, that side.
No, it's a constant little climb, but it's lucky, you know. It's I'm going to have company. I'm going to have my chummy Sean with me for
Okay.
quite a bit of the way. So well see what happens. Eh?
Excellent. Okay, Jenny's saying there that she can auction one of her cakes. Does Jenny Johnson make cakes?
Dude, let me tell you something about this chick.
Oh, put a link up there, Jenny, please. Put a link in the things.
The best custard slices.
Oh, really?
No, Jenny, I want to order 12 for Gino, please. I'm going to be there on Thursday.
I'll take them.
Take him.
Take them. Terrace, the 25th of February at 4 p.m.
Go, my sister. That's a marketer of note. Eh? Check her go.
So 4 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Yeah?
Oh,
Yeah.
my soul. That is so long.
Fucking long.
Barbara Mann is saying wonderful job.
Hello, Bobs. How are you, my darling?
Bob's
That's a
knows
beautiful
everybody
lady.
in this
I
town.
know.
Everybody. You just find these people that know bloody everybody.
Barbara's daughter is married to Kurt Kitching, who's my lifelong
know
friend.
that.
Yeah.
Kurt from VP as
Kurt
well.
from VP, yeah.
Because of course John and I, as Alvin Reeves, if any of you can tag Alvin Reeves.
Where's
Hi, boy.
Reeves? Yeah.
John was you were a year below me, I think.
Yeah, we drink beer, we drink wine, we're the class of 89.
89. I was 88. But in my final year, 88, we did Camelot.
Yeah.
Michiel de Beer.
It must have been earlier than that.
Maybe it was standard 9.
I was in standard 9, so you must have been standard 9.
No,
You must have been. No, Matric, you're right.
No,
You're right.
no,
You're
no,
right.
no,
Yeah,
you
you're
were
right.
standard 9. I was
That's
in
right.
Matric.
You're right.
And I was Merlin and you were Arthur.
Correct, eh?
Camelot, we had the two main parts here.
Good Lord. Gina fell out the tree.
I did. There was I was doing a big speech. You know, he's telling
No,
me-
you moved off the ladder. That was funny, yeah.
No. The whole flipping. Apparently, the thing fell down. I
That
can't
makes me
remember.
think of Michiel de Beer.
Yes, Michiel. Yes,
Do you still speak to the man?
he's on Facebook as well. Fantastic man.
One of the most incredible gentlemen. He often crossed my mind.
Yes.
He
So
was
full of
just
energy.
such a beautiful man. He really was.
Yeah.
He was just always so good to me in my life. And
Energy.
Yeah,
and
wonderful
and
person.
Gets you to do stuff out of your comfort zone.
we went to a lacquer school, eh?
Yeah, we did. VP was lekker. It was great.
We had a jolt.
I've had a lot of grey guys on the show recently. And
Yeah.
they enjoy grey. They enjoy the vibe.
Yeah.
And they still keep their connections. That's one thing about the grey guys. They really do keep their connection. Gary knows. They keep in touch over the years, you know.
But it's so funny. There was always this funny rivalry between VP and Gray. And it was just a rugby match. He just wanted to murder Ike. He didn't want the ball, he wanted to murder him. It's up and under. Take him out. Forget the ball. But I've actually maintained a hell of probably about 10 or 12 good friendships through the years with Gray, man.
Yes, yeah. No, absolutely,
Yeah, so
it's crazy how
bit of a contradiction there, yeah.
These silly things. Kurt Brunner, there's another one.
how's it, Bruns? How you, boy?
Kurt Brunner. And Kurt also has the 4x4 thing as well. Kurt put a link up there. He's got this amazing.
I'm envious of Kurt's life. Kurt, honestly, it's awesome what you do, my mate.
Yeah, he's
really
he's
is.
all over the place. Like he's on 4x4 things, and he does. I think he does accessories for the buckies.
Yeah, I think it's 4x4 World or something like that.
Mega World.
Mega World.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah.
And the incredible what you can put in a bucky. I don't know if any of you guys have 4x4s, but if you accessorize those things and you've got like fridges and stuff on the back there, you can go anywhere you like.
I judged a Poiki competition once.
Yeah.
Somewhere up that way. As
Oh,
Mrs.
right.
Claw would say, past the Boulevard's curtain.
Yeah.
And I got there and these oaks had set up, China, you could live out of that. It was just insane. Fridges and cupboards and freezers. And little Jenny going, and it was working like a champ.
Amazing. As Mao was saying, how's it, Mao?
My friend, I spoke about you the other day.
Yeah. And
Hey?
He's in Israel.
He's in
Maus?
Israel.
And,
One of my favorite people in the world, that.
You are live on the speaker right now at the Dead Sea, he says. Love you lots, Gino and John Pedro.
John Pedro. Sure, the John. I haven't made a John Pedro. Yeah, what's he? Ostapes about the John Pedro.
Oh, really?
Yeah. John Pedro's a bit of a wild Don Pedro.
Oh,
So
man.
yeah, so you have John Pedro, you don't walk out of.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
I
no.
see. Okay. I think Candice Jurgens was saying that it's the 24th. It's the
25th, Candice.
25th.
Yeah, no, you've got a fit. I'm expecting to see you on the road.
Candice is there. She does.
And that stationary thing's not going to work either.
It's
Just
a
saying.
wild honey, hey? That's the
Yeah, Joe.
Joe from
Yeah.
London.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah.
Candice, it's been amazing to see how you guys.
You are my favorite person. Sorry, I'm having conversations with people. But I still expect you to see you out there. Hey, Al, good heavens.
Alan
Where in the
Fryer.
world is Alan Fryer?
Gee whiz,
Alan, where are you, bud?
He's also a chef, not right?
That is one of my... I've always rated Alan as just a phenomenal chef. One of the best peas. I always say the best peas ever had.
Wow.
Not blowing smoke up your ass, Al, but
I'm
true
trying to
story.
think of the spots that he was. Where are you at the moment, Alan? Which spot?
Alan had Nosh, and remember Red Door? There was a Red Door
Yes,
and Nosh, and
Before that as well.
Mwah.
Yeah, I remember Alan. She's having.
I'm back in there.
No, Candice is sounding amazing. Her and Joe.
Yeah, but listen,
Amazing.
that chick's voice.
Yeah,
eh?
yeah.
Also, Joe's just a legend.
Yeah,
Just fantastic.
he's a natural musician.
Absolutely awesome.
All right, John. So I think it's time for us to get into the getting to know you questions.
Oh.
All right.
All right, gooi het, bro.
Hit it. Let's get the
Let's
getting to
do
know
it.
you section is about.
Getting to know all about you.
This is nice.
All right, it is very
Yeah.
nice. It's of orange, a bit of orange, blood orange. Mm-hmm. Well, and I can definitely feel the effects of the punters starting to come through.
Gin's my go-to, hey. It just takes the edge off after a day. It just does.
The edge off me.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
Okay.
First question is: how have you managed to recover from COVID, and what have you learned from this whole COVID thing? I know we want to get the COVID.
Well, we had the
question.
whole little conversations, what I've been doing,
Yes,
and
yes.
what have I learned? Sure, guys, just... This camera thing's quite tricky. I'm just got you. Just time management, I think.
Yeah.
Just
And the juggernaut, I suppose.
yeah, you just learn to manage your time. And also don't forget the important things.
Yeah.
Because you just forget all the important things, like family, like friends, like everything. Healthy life. You just forget all of that, and you just get steamrolled by it. So, just.
I've got to tell you, John, that you're looking very healthy and sharp.
No, a bit red now, but thank you.
No, it's fine. At the gym, I'll do that to you. But certainly, I can. When we see you working in the old days, you were run off your feet all the time, and I sense a more relaxed John.
You take the time. I've realized now. I've got all the stuff in my head every single day when I do it. In any case, but you just take that time to sit and have a cup of coffee. Actually, sit.
Yeah.
And have a bowl of muesli or just eat wheat, whatever you want to have.
Yeah.
But to actually sit down and just take the time, like anything, going for a ride, just stop and have a look.
Yeah.
Just don't let life just rushes past you. Just stop it. Get out there. See the sunsets. Look at the sky.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Just calm down and just relax into it as opposed to just rushing and going all the time. Port Alfred River and Ski Boat Club.
That's close by, Al.
Fantastic, man. Well,
Good to hear from you, my
I'm
mate.
glad to hear that because next time I come to Port Alfred, I'll have to come and taste your ways.
We spoke about we spoke about favorite foods.
Yes.
Earlier on, I know it's one of his
one
questions,
of the
so I'm going to
questions.
jump into it there.
Yeah.
And strangely enough, is
Your
a
favourite
chicken
food.
schnitzel.
Oh, yeah.
And one of my favorite chicken schnitzels is at Nosh. Alan used to make a chicken schnitzel. So often you get these shitty processed there. Alan used to make a bomb,
It's a proper schnitzel.
like a serious schnitzel.
Tell us the
mean,
secret, Alan. What's the
It was,
secret
it
to
was
a
real
schnitzel?
chicken, dude. It was just real chicken, real breadcrumbs, real mushrooms, just real cheese.
Yeah.
It was just awesome.
Did you use fresh chicken or frozen chicken, Alan? Tell us your secret.
Freshly unfrozen. Oh, no one really minds. It's not-
Everybody, you like a schnitzel? It's a nice. It's always good value for money.
and not
as well.
everyone can do a proper schnitzel.
Yeah.
So it's lekker. I dig it.
The German thing. Going on there. Lovely.
Nice and healthy.
Beautiful. Warren Dickey, how's it? Warren there as well. I see.
German chicken.
German chicken. Warren
Yeah, Dickie, why are you so polite? Normally you'd be... Yeah.
Second and
I'm going to get on the... Yeah, I'm going to get... Did he say that? Arsehole.
Second-hand sushi.
Tell your wife I'll see you later, Warwick.
Oh, there we go. When you're away
See,
from
now
home.
he gets, no, even while he's there, it doesn't matter.
Oh, is it?
Now he's gonna.
Oh, classic. Warren helped us out with with Philippa's
Jennies.
school run with the Jennies. He's got generators for hire, and let me tell you, they're beautiful generators. He tows it in, and it's a huge thing, and it can run a freaking building.
Now there's an oak that also, I mean, was sort of upsided.
Yeah.
And has just used his corp and used his initiative.
Generators.
Yeah, and he's got a
good
great
money
little
now.
business going. So yeah.
Fresh owl.
Roulade. Cheese and ham.
Is that
That
the
was it. Yeah, yo.
Fresh. What's fresh owl?
Fresh L.
I don't know what fresh owl is. Fresh Allen.
I don't know.
Fresh
We never
chicken.
know with Ellen.
It's fresh chicken.
I'm not going to say what I want to say, but
and the cheese. He says the cheese. So that's the secret. Give you a shout out for chicken Taliban.
Oh, that'd be great. Actually, I haven't had a Taliban chicken and that lekker sauce. With
Taliban chicken.
Taliban man, they were around the corner in
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm forgetting the name right now. Fernando's.
Fernando's.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Has he got a Taliban chicken?
Well, we call it. We've always called the places referred to as the Taliban. For some other reason, if you ever said where you going, that's why I can't remember the name. I'm going Taliban.
Yeah, it's Fernando's.
Yeah, and it's and that chicken with a poro roll and that salad dressing and no
Standard.
magic
That
stuff.
was his nickname.
That was his nickname, Taliban. Yeah.
Okay, Fernando's. That's
Got
the
it.
one.
There we go. Shot. I got it. Yeah. Taliban. They're all pulling in now.
Well, I didn't know that. I was clearly out of it.
Yeah.
I was clearly out of it.
Good heavens.
I've been there to Fernando's.
That's a lekker spot.
That's good chicken.
Hey, there's my chummy Foley. How's it?
Dion
Foley.
Foley saying, how's
Miller's.
Johnny Burger?
Best bloody food.
Yes, sir.
Well, honestly.
Dion Foley, well...
Yeah, I miss actually, that's what I miss about that street.
Yeah?
Is oaks like that. And, they used to be my neighbour and then they were upstairs.
Okay.
They moved to upstairs.
So
and
Miller's?
Yes, yeah. Miller's used to be
Miller's
right next door to me.
Okay.
And now that's Dion.
Okay.
So now they've taken over where the upstairs the wine bar used to be.
Yes.
And it's absolutely lovely upstairs there.
For the love of
It's
wine.
the best spot upstairs.
For the
It's
love
just
of
so
wine.
nice in Stanley Street and their food's just incredible.
Above Yaya's.
Yeah.
That's
Which
a
is
beautiful spot. I love that. It's
so lekker. You sit out there on the deck and you just check everything. It's really nice. Love it.
And Ellie's saying, how's it there as well as fish cakes?
Mr. Ginsberg.
Ginsberg.
My fish cakes. Her daughter's name is Megan.
Yes,
And
Annalie's daughter.
yeah, and that flavour we used to put. I used to any leftover big like ice cream containers.
Yeah.
And you'd use for Dom Pedro's, I used to make my homemade ice creams and freeze it in those.
Okay.
And of course, I used to meticulously pull the labels off and write little messages on it and what flavour it was. And Megan used to work for me, and every time, if a dessert order comes through, I said, let's go and get the mint chocolate, or go get this chocolate, go get it, bring it. And this chick used to bring me a container of fish cakes every time, bro. I open the container, I'm like,
Fish cakes.
fish cakes! So she became fish cakes, and I don't think I've called her anything else for years now. So, fish cakes.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I was just saying, is she Emil as well?
That's right. It's his
Emil's
sister.
mom.
Yeah. Now
It's
she's
his
in America.
Okay.
I think she's just qualified. Megan's just qualified now. Well, she was a lawyer.
Okay.
I think the law system. I don't know how it works. Okay, it's
yeah,
different. So you got to do a different
Okay.
one. So yeah, she's happy and well, eh?
Oh, good. Okay, well, let's get
Yeah.
what do you miss most about flavour?
Like I just said, you know what I kind of miss that pressure sometimes. I miss. No, I'm not going to be rude now, so we're not going to say that. But
that
I
what you used
miss
to do in
it.
the
I
back?
miss no. I might get taken to CCMA again. I miss the camaraderie between. I mean that little section. We were kind of. It was just awesome. I miss people like the Follies. I miss seeing Shawnee Britta, or Granty from Backstreet, Janie from Ground Floor Cafe. I miss all of them. We used to just shoot the crap all the time, from beginning of day till end of day, and it was just that I miss.
Vibe.
Yeah, I miss that terribly. I really do.
Sure.
Yeah.
Charlie's in the corner there. I can't remember.
Charlie's Superstar. Yeah. Then it was God, it was a couple of places.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
kind
quite
of
recall.
Angelo's now. I can't remember. No.
It's called it's an Asian type restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
All right. How have things improved since Flava? How would you say that things have?
Just quality of life, just the stress. I don't think people realize owning a restaurant, the financial.
Yeah.
You know, everyone seems to kind of walk in there on a Friday and yeah, bro, you're pumping, you're doing so well, you must be making a killing, but they don't see the Cock Tuesday you're having, you know.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So that stress, that shit, that's always in the back of your mind, and it doesn't stop leaving. It's just there.
So if you thin down.
Yeah, just completely just taken. There's still the stress, but
streamlined it.
That, yeah, just gone.
And when are you going to be opening this other
Well,
thing? Or
we don't kind of know, you know. Just a long story short. Dad and I were partners in our CC, and obviously put that into dormancy. Him passing away, I didn't think to take him off, and so now it's a waiting game.
Okay,
kind of out of my hands. Because I've got to get the liquor license. It's all. There's a whole lot of politics, and unfortunately, the system is not fast at the moment.
Okay, yeah.
Because
Can't you sell vouchers like Roger Hilligan in them used to do?
Well, you see, to be very honest, I mean, I'm kind of. This is the first time I've actually really said anything about it or punted it
okay.
in any way.
Yes,
only those that know. That
There's
knew.
a sign up, you said it.
Yeah, the sign's been up. I mean, geez, when I said it, Schweppes had the sign up. Quick. Little flavour on Clevedon.
Little flavour on Clevedon.
Yeah. So we're hoping not too long now.
Okay.
But I mean, I will make everyone. But right now,
Can't you have like social suppers?
Well, this is
a business.
This is what I'm gonna. This is now with Auntie Mimi and her ladies, and we've got another little one on Friday evening. That's kind of what I'm doing. I mean, obviously, with what I'm doing at the end of this month, that's kind of been a priority. So I want to get that out the way, and then I'm really going to get into it and start punting it in that respect. Do wine pairings.
Yeah. Gin pairings.
Yeah.
With Casey.
Yeah.
Get a hold of John Berger. He's really.
All that type of thing. So we'll get there. I just need to get this last episode out the way.
Yeah, and do it for your dad. So that's I love that. Your dad was in the cellular industry. You know?
Yeah.
So he was all his life, or
no?
Oh, it couldn't have been.
He was like a.
He wasn't telephone.
Yeah, he was in the switchboard. You know, in Charlotte, if we were on the phone too long. Yeah, get off the phone. You know, can you remember your old number? Your old
512164.
Dude, 323091. I can still remember it. And he would just hear this voice. And I'm like, oh fuck, I could put phone down.
Come on, all you guys here. I think I get you to put your phone number, put your old phone number in the comments.
Yeah, if you can remember it.
If you can remember your old phone number.
And some of you, your current ones, eh?
And we used to pick up and say the number every time.
Yeah, 041323091. Hello, John speaking.
Yeah. Did you used to say that? Yeah. I used to say hello, 524. Yeah, didn't matter who was speaking.
Yeah, so we used to do that. So yeah, he was in that.
Tanya's got a 336179.
Just doesn't seem right, eh?
Hey, yeah. It's just crazy. They all get a good run at it.
We've started something now.
Where's your 51 number? You used to live in Aylesbury Road. Where's your
581, eh?
51.
Was it 51?
581 was later.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's for the oaks on the top of the hill.
Yeah, it was warmer.
Yeah.
Go through the 55162. There you go.
Jesus, checking it. It's just going to keep coming now.
The old numbers. I don't know what 54 was. Where it was.
I have no idea.
55 was Central.
55 was Central.
32 must have been Charlotte then.
323, I think, was Charlotte, Warmer Heights. Like that whole area, Lovemore Heights, that type of...
52 was also Central, I think. Or it could have been Mill Park.
You don't remember if you got Namibia? Oh my word! 3 short rings!
Party line! Nommer asseblief.
My uncle used to have a house out at Cape St. Francis, and if you wanted to dial... So it had the old turn dial. Yeah. And if you wanted to dial, you had to do like... So if you wanted a 3, you just go 1, 2, 3... And then wait a second, and then 2, and then
yes.
that's how you find out. You dialed, you sort of clicked on it.
Greasefield Park was 32, pal. All right.
Good heavens, I remember that.
I was 5'1", and I was like 1 street away from you. That's crazy. Jenny's 3'6".
You started as something now.
5'8". David Underby, where was
5'8", 11121.
Oh I don't know what 5-8 was. It was a 5-8-1. Oh, that was warmer. But it must have been 5-1 before that. So it's 5-1-1-1-2-1. That classic number. That
Jeez, yeah.
I wish I had my old numbers. Sometimes I seem quite like that one.
I actually wonder where our telephone is.
Tony, 33 was Haddock Road, Mill Park. There we go. Tim
You've started something now.
He's remembered all his friends' numbers.
Oh, no ways to me.
Donald Woodhead. Do you remember that, Gary?
Look at that.
Oh,
Good heavens.
3-3 as well.
That's impressive,
3-6
China.
Newton Park. There we go, Renee. Thank you. I couldn't remember the Newton
They
Park.
look like prison numbers. That's funny. Oh,
I just love it. Okay, so a little flavour on Clevedon. We'll definitely look it up for that, and we'll come and visit for sure. We've spoken about the food that you love, your thing. Is there anything else that you really dig? Is there something that you like to cook?
Yes, I like cooking anything. I love cooking meats.
Really?
I really do. It's something special. Two things to me. I mean, I love doing a good lamb shank.
Oh man!
But it's got to be done old style. I've got one of my granny's old cast iron pots.
Oh,
and
beautiful.
You know,
so you do a lot of slow cooked.
Yeah. And
Like
you know
a
what?
biscuit?
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
yeah. It's like an old Staines Oval number 4 that from the Rinderpest brew, you know. But you know, funny is doing this lockdown from home, having limited space to work from. I've got one of those old Kodak bras that's got the hood.
Oh yeah. Like a Weaver.
Yeah, but it's a grill.
Okay.
So I figured out how to do pork belly and shank in that thing, mate, like on clay bricks.
Together.
Yeah, well, you just bake them. You bake your
yeah.
shanks, so you do your bellies, but you do it on clay
okay,
bricks.
Oh, clay bricks.
And it's
Oh, but Mimi's
insane.
got some of those salt things.
No, those are too expensive. Auntie Mimi, I need some of those. Auntie Mimi gave me a beautiful mortar and pestle Himalayan salt one the other day, which is absolutely lovely. Now, my bricks were stolen. So I found them on the side of the road.
Oh, right. So you just like a
Yeah,
clay bricks and you put it on the grill.
You put them on the grid and then you kind of like space. No, not
thick
at all.
brick?
Yeah, the dick one like
The
that.
dick ones like
Yeah. I did some driving around.
clinkers. You're talking about clinkers.
That's it.
Holy shit.
That's it.
And you
So-
clean them off.
That's it. You wash them off and then
them.
you soak them in salt a little bit. And they get a bit dirty, so then you just sink them in salt a bit more.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's kind of like the same philosophy as the pink salt.
Yeah.
But
You're getting tips here, guys. You're getting tips.
But
Don't
it-
say you don't get tips on Gino
But
Spot.
I tell you what, it's amazing how you just you learn something that was lying there. I don't think I used it for years.
Yeah.
At all. And then boom.
So the grill. So it's got the gas underneath it.
Yeah, it's got
just
the
heats up
rods with the frames. It's got the grills on it. I use the lid. And I control the temperature by the heat gauges.
But the bricks must push up that food a little bit, so it's probably the top of that lid.
No, not really. It's sort of middle.
Okay.
And then you've got your thermometer on it, and then you just control your heat
Straight on.
gauges. That's it. Control your heat gauges.
Yeah. How do you put it low?
Well, I'm a rich bit. I'm not one of these. Like everyone says, how do you do it? I don't know. I'm always our first
But how do
time.
you not burn it then?
You gotta watch.
Okay.
So you gotta hook up. You can't just
open and
walk.
close?
Yeah.
Okay, so is that the trick there?
Yeah, no, I caused a bit of a fire the other day because that fat popped off her belly and it still flame. Like,
Oh, shit.
yeah, but it's amazing what you can do.
Wow.
Just
So
using
that
the
sounds
basics,
great.
and I still use it now.
There we go. You used to work in the exchange back in the 80s. I see Sherry House also saying that her dad worked with your dad.
And I only found out the other day because Cherie phoned me about that. It was a place off Kempston Road called Suppernet. Suppernet, yeah. It was their Telkom, the switching.
Okay.
I remember used to
put
going
his,
in
put his
the...
friends through free of charge, says Ronald.
That's about
So you
right.
had 2 exchanges.
Yeah.
And Central 2 and
Yeah.
2 and 5-2. Best days of my life. Telkom was known as GPO back in the
That's
days.
right.
General Post Office.
That's right, yeah.
That's
right.
it.
Yeah.
5-1 was warmer.
And it was the hive of technology. I mean, if you still go past there, I don't know what the little back road is, and you see that tower. I don't know what it is now, but it must. And my dad used to take me in there, and
Yeah.
and these machines that go.
So maybe like near Macro there.
No, out towards Kempston Road.
Kempston.
So off Haupt
Street.
Yeah, and then
Hauptstraat.
Haupt, and then you go to the right.
Yeah.
It was a massive thing. It was like
really?
this real clinical.
Okay.
You know,
Government
like you
building.
see them. things going like this and things going like that.
Computers.
Yeah, moves to be computers everywhere, bro. And it was aircon and yeah. I used to love going there. They had a lift going up into the tower back in the day. So it was old school, yeah. And then he kind of got into the industry through Eleanor Craig and Southwest.
Okay, all right. And just from your history perspective, we haven't even looked at that yet. But I mean, you came through Clarendon.
No, I was a Charlotte.
Charlotte Primary, VP, and so. And it's amazing how many mutual people we know. I can speak about anybody, and John knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Sure, jeez.
It was a similar year.
I was different back in those days, honestly. My kid's just gone to high school right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't remember it being like this.
Yeah. No.
You just went to school at 8, you came home at 2, everything else fitted in between.
Yeah.
It's not like that anymore.
And so much sport. We played sport all the time. It's crazy. Those
love it.
machines were called uni-select.
That's it. You're right.
Sharon White saying, how's that?
Ah, Sharon, how are you, my girl?
Nice to see you as well.
There's
But
the
the
lightning.
lightning here as well. I checked the lightning. And I'm
Yeah.
waiting for the bang.
Kaboom.
We're checking lightning coming through here. All right. Let's see. What's the most out of character thing that you've ever done? Can you think of one?
Yes. I didn't know if I wanted this question early on. Right?
There it is, baby. Ow! That's the one. The Lord wants to know.
More pistols.
Shame never known it.
Oh, I know.
But, come here, Nala.
Come, my darling. Come visit Daddy.
This is actually our next door neighbor's dog.
Oh, shame. Is she
All
scared?
right.
Oh, mommy.
She's a little bit scared of
my
the fact that she's
darling.
sopping wet.
Oh, shame. So how do we get her home now?
Philippa, we need to get Nala back home. Shame, man.
Go on. Go to Philippa.
Philippa's gonna call her now.
She's not coming, Phil.
Soaking wet.
That's shame. She's terrified.
Yeah, that's
She's the most out of character thing now. There we go. Nala.
Nala, no, she.
Oh, my darling. Oh, shame.
Okay, we'll take her back home.
Oh,
Shame.
no, Nis. It's got to be terrible.
Yeah. She ran
Hold
away.
on.
I know Tommy, our neighbor. Tommy, our neighbor pulls his hair out.
Does she just take a duck?
She gets out of it. She can put a 6-foot wall. She's
Really?
out next door.
Good heavens.
Oh no.
Okay, so my out of character
Yes,
thing.
out of character thing. Yes.
Sure. Yeah. That's actually a tough one. Yeah, okay, I'm ashamed. Yeah, I've been in a few bar fights.
Bar fight. Was the out of character thing?
Fuck, I just broke a beer.
No, it's all right, it's all right.
Have you been on the receiving end or the
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, both. I got murdered with a pool cue once.
Oh, geez, so
Yeah, over Christmas time, I had yogi sip for Christmas. She broke my jaw.
What did you do?
Nothing.
To get it,
I actually, my sister caused a cuck with that one, really, to be honest.
Which said it? Taryn.
Taryn, yeah.
Okay, it's Taryn Brody. Leanne,
What?
what a...
No, Leanne's, you know, she's not the problem child in the family. Yeah, but
Leanne
this,
is with me.
yeah. Taryn, I don't quite remember the story. Anyway, I got more harder. It was terrible.
Taryn, honestly, you know, getting your brother into bar fights, that is not a good thing. the hardest that you've
She's
ever...
going to deny all of this.
Okay, the hardest that you've ever worked.
Sure. I would say...
I did not, she says.
well, she was probably in the toilet,
Taryn, we don't believe you.
unconscious.
Yes, exactly.
It could have been someone else, Terry. I'm sorry. Jeez.
Taryn's always had that.
Do you know, years ago, I had the pleasure of meeting Archbishop Tutu when he got his honorary doctorate at UPE.
Wow, okay.
I was running the conference center there, and then they had this massive celebration, and you used to, and of course, we had what they call satellite kitchens everywhere.
Yeah.
So you had to get food out to like 3,000 people at different venues.
Okay.
I remember that. I remember that. I remember that
Jeez,
actually
so
being.
that was like hectic.
I just remember being completely stuffed. I can't remember any other details. I know I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
But it was
But it was
absolutely
tough. But you make some good bucks.
Well, I didn't. I still got paid my straight up salary. They did.
Right. Oh, they would do
It
your
was back in the
workings.
day.
Gee whiz,
Yeah.
okay.
I think that's why it was so cuck.
Okay, customers who are particular characters. Now,
Yo.
who are your character customers? Come on. Mrs. Claus got to be one of them. I mean,
No, but
she's
the
out
clause, no, she's like world champ.
Yeah.
Yes, you know what? There's one person that just springs. Phil Putziger. Does anybody know Phil Putziger?
From Ambiton.
Sorry, Philly, you're probably going to not like this, but you're getting airtime, my bro.
Somebody tag Phil Putziger.
He's not on Facebook.
I know, he won't be.
Yeah, Phil was one of those. And we still talk to each other. And Dion will know, being next door to me,
Yes.
like we were the two go-to places. And Phil's one of those oaks that can walk into a crowded room and make it more vibey, and walk into a room with two people and cause a vibe.
Yeah.
Never a dull moment. Absolutely loved it. It was just superb.
Loud and proud.
Yeah, that. You're just one of those characters that would just wake everything up.
Anytime anybody walked in and caused a whole
Yeah, full sort of just.
No, not Phil. I'm talking about anybody that's called cuck in your.
Oh, yeah, no, a couple. Yes, like the one time.
See, I'm going to find these ones.
The one time. Now, remember Cafe Rouge around the corner?
Yes.
It used to be called the Rough. Cafe Rough.
Because Rouge.
And these oaks got into a fight. And Phil was actually in the restaurant that night. It was late at night. It was about 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it was one of the last few tables, and they were sitting there. And this oak comes running into the restaurant with half an ear, bro. He's got a... No, I'm not lying to you. Half an ear, and he's gushing blood. And he got into a fight at the Rough.
Oh, dear.
Dobbo, I hope you're watching this, because you still owned the place then. And you'll know who I'm talking about. So, and he got into this fight, and they started murdering each other. And then facing him.
Yeah.
And he was locked in the bathroom, and I'm like, all I'm doing is cleaning my kitchen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is surreal.
So he comes in to hide in your bathroom.
And it's gushing now. Now this is long, and now this other oak, and they're all pissed.
Oh,
they are sticking. Okay. I mean, I eventually had the one oak outside. I pulled a knife and said, Anyway, the long story short, strangely enough, and you probably are watching this wherever you are. You know you are. We've become very good friends since then. Yeah. I spent about 3 hours that night taking this oak home. He just knew the street he stayed in Walmer.
Oh, okay.
And I had his remote, so we rode from one end of Walmer up, until I got him home. Yeah, so it's just cut like that. I had another guy that asked to use my bathroom once.
Yes.
And after 15 minutes,
still there.
He was still there. But this was just, it was longer. This was just before service.
Yeah.
And I thought, no, man, fuck, something's wrong. So I go and I walk in, and he's Carl Gat, standing in my bathroom. Carl Gat, and he's got his pants and he's holding through his pockets, and he says, "Have you seen my packy, bro?" So he'd like obviously lost his drugs, and he was now trying to find it.
Got no clothes on. My son used to do that when he was like 5 years old. He used to go into the bathroom and then take off all his clothes.
No, but this guy was searching for something. I mean, but he had everything off. And then he asks me, I'm like, no, I haven't seen your packy. Now piss off. I've seen some of that place is the characters.
Late night central.
Yeah, no. Beautiful. Beautiful.
I mean, I remember I used to work at Darren Berger, you're right. She says, it wasn't you. I will divulge who late says.
I actually know, I've remembered who it was, but I'm not going to say. It was my cousin, actually, not Taryn. Really? I think she was in the bathroom vomiting, Taryn.
That's much better.
Now I'm going to be cocked.
Ronald is saying something. My girlfriend Kinga says she cannot mistake her laugh and vibrant personality. She still has it to you. It's obviously one of the customers as well.
Yeah, listen, cheese. Oh.
Kinga steak. Okay.
Lovely, beautiful people I've met in my life.
Now, the most physically painful thing you've ever experienced?
Sure. I was telling you now, if you've ever smelt yourself burning, it's like pig. It's like roasted pig. So I never ever did Norwegian salmon unless someone particularly ordered it because it's so bloody expensive. So I was doing it for someone and flash frying it, and the kitchen's bustling and hustling, and I've got the griller.
Okay,
so I've got the cast iron.
The jargon.
Yeah, so basically you want to cause a mud of a flame.
Okay.
And sear it and then leave it. And then do whatever we're going to do with it. I never knew what I was going to do, but I was going to do it. So, and I had the pan on, and everyone's working in their spots. And the rule number 1, don't leave the handle out.
Ah, yes, because you're going to
Okay,
eat it.
so I had it, but
Yes.
I turned my back, waiting for the oil to
They
go
taught
on.
us that at school. you know.
Yes.
Yes. Don't leave
I hadn't
the
even
pot
put
handle.
the fish in. One of my guys had walked past Sham, and it wasn't his fault at all. His jacket had just nicked the handle. And I, without thinking, just went to go and grab. It was actually from this side. Went to go and grab, thinking, you kind of put yourself. It's like when you're on a, you're
It's like when you're playing drums.
Yeah.
Got the hi-hats here and the cymbals there.
That's
and
you know where everything
Yes,
is.
everything is
So my hand was automatically going at a bit of a speed to get to the handle, and not realizing the handle was this way. And I hit it, and the oil just went all
Oh!
down my wrist,
Oh.
and it just started like bubbling. And I know there's all these housewives' tales about ice and water. Just
Doesn't
don't,
help.
on the butter story, please don't do that. That's just the worst thing. You're going to cook yourself even more. So it was just, it's like unbelievable. Not a big patch, just like a little patch.
Yeah.
But nothing. It just, the pain just keeps on coming and coming and coming, and then it bursts. And the only thing it does it is those ice pack things, those gel things.
Yes.
And even that doesn't take it away. But that was, I remember just saying, I'm out, and I went and I actually lay in the alley.
Really?
I just
First-degree burns.
Vomiting. It's just pain that is terrible.
Wow.
It goes right in, and it just doesn't stop.
So bad that you actually throw it.
Yeah, it was absolutely insane. It was just horrible.
Oh, I don't want to.
I can actually, no, it was shitty. It was really, it's
I'm
not
gonna
a,
be even thinking about it.
it's not a nice
Oil,
thing.
oil
That,
on you, 'cause that oil is boiling,
because it
it's
doesn't
expensive.
stop cooking. As it gets through a layer, it just gets, and you can feel it.
Oh.
You can like feel it going into you.
Epidermis.
Yeah,
dermis,
yeah.
epidermis. Into
Nice
the
crackling. The pig's on.
Oh man, the
Oh,
fat,
horrible.
God. Oh, the biggest learning experience you ever had.
I would say this whole COVID thing
Yeah.
in my life,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
Yeah, it's
Without a doubt.
Taught
Yeah.
us, it's
Quickly.
taught us a lot. It has.
Yeah, I know.
Let's see, the coldest that you've ever been?
Verwoerd Dam.
Verwoed?
Verwoed Dam in the middle of
Yes,
winter.
sir.
Went up for, we used to go on this karate gushkas, which is a camp. So
Yeah.
all the provinces would come, and it would be like a central meeting point. And I remember, you get gesyp. And you train all day, and then you start doping, and then you're brave. But I mean, it's hot, it's a different,
Yeah.
it's like, it's cold, but, and then the oaks would dare each other, and we go run off the jetty. And I remember Dive just jumping into the dam. As you hit it, it's just like,
Yeah.
and you walk out, and there's like icicles on your Aries brew, and there's icicles everywhere. And I couldn't warm up. It was absolutely terrible. That's about the coldest I can.
all right.
And that's bogger all compared to what some
What's the
people.
Verwoed Dam called now? It can't be
I don't
called that
know.
anymore.
No, I don't know. It's not the Verwoed Dam.
Yeah, no.
No.
Something else now. What are you excited about at the moment?
Well, I'm excited about next week and doing
Yeah,
this
yeah.
venture, and obviously, I'm excited about getting the new little place up and running eventually. Again, like I say, and that's the downfall of it, is that it's kind of like I'm betwixt and between. I don't quite know, but
You're waiting for the paperwork and stuff. to
yeah.
come
So
through,
I'm excited about a lot of things. I get excited every day about everything, really. I mean, I actually get quite excited. Just gonna go buy fresh produce in the
Are you
morning.
are you ADD or?
Not if you look at my cupboards, no.
Are you,
It's weird. I'm ADD about. I'm like time, and I'm anal about time.
Yes.
I never want to watch in my life, and I hate tardiness. I hate it.
Okay, really?
I absolutely no. I despise it. I promise you. If you say to me we're going to be here at 6,
Yeah.
then be here at 6. Like 6 don't cut it for me.
Okay.
Be here. But I wouldn't say OCD. I think a little bit of attention. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I think if they had to diagnose oaks like us back in the day, we'd be in serious cock.
No, I was definitely
Because we'd have
ADD.
most of the stuff that they have nowadays.
Gino doesn't focus. Gino's daydreaming.
Yeah. No. I'm still like that. I've got to focus. I've got a clipboard and I write stuff down, and that's how I go.
But that's with the restaurant business. That's great. How many what's the most takeaways you've ever done in a day?
We're doing this whole little thing.
Yeah.
About 110, which is a lot.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's it. Considering that I've got to now drive around, so I've got to make it and load it on the
And then
bucket and then
load
go
it
and
and
drive around.
drive it.
Yeah, but it's lekker.
Yeah.
That's the jaw.
Jeez.
It's not like I'm going back and
And
forth.
then you got to go see Sherry Housey in her pajamas.
I guess you go there for the dog. I smoke her dog.
Tim, Garib Dam. Is that Tim says?
Is it Garib?
Garib Dam.
I would have no idea. I wouldn't even argue.
Sue also says he's confirming it.
There's my sister. Yeah, she should know.
There you go.
Yeah, because her husband can't tell the time. I'm gonna buy him one of those Mr. Price clocks to stick like a gangster around his neck.
Who's that?
Her husband, Grant.
Grant.
Yeah, Grant, he can't tell the time. Grant Bresler, yeah.
Grant Bresler. All right, let's see the superstitions. Have you got any superstitions?
I don't know. Yeah, no.
You're not a superstitious person.
No. It's kind of
You don't
weird, you know.
really believe it,
You
but-
know the superstitions. It's like the other day I'm sitting in the house and this dragonflies, you know the whole story with dragon, and you start thinking to yourself,
What's that?
well, apparently if a dragonfly visits you back, it's someone in a past life, you know, communicating with you. But then you go away to this place in Stateleville, and there's just like a moorste klomp of red dragonflies. I'm like, hold on, fucking next time, yeah.
Hey guys, come on.
So you know the story and you know the history behind it. So yeah. One thing I never do actually, and I don't know why, is a ladder. I will never walk under a ladder.
So you don't do that?
And I don't really know what the repercussions are. But I always, if I see a ladder, I'll go around. Just I don't even know what the bad luck omen's supposed to be.
Yeah, when you walk under a ladder, it's not supposed to be like.
Yeah,
I think it's maybe been created because it's really true.
Yeah.
Like something.
So if superstition's a thing, then maybe I'm aware of it, but it doesn't
some
really.
cut paint is going to drop it.
Exactly. Yeah, a little bit of jackass.
and phobias, no phobias.
No. I don't like wasps since I was stung a few years ago. I didn't mind them anything, and then they
freak you out a bit.
Yeah.
Not like cockroaches.
No, that doesn't worry me.
Spiders.
No.
Big spiders. Big rain spiders.
No.
You're going to be rain spiders.
No,
now.
none of
Ooh,
that.
The rain's coming down.
No, none of that worries me. I don't have any issues with that. No.
It's just animals for you. Same
Yeah. I just it doesn't bother me.
thing. Lekker.
It is what it is.
And how's when you left school, how's your life been different from what you thought it would be?
Jeez.
What were you going to do?
I had no idea.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't have you didn't have a...
No, I mean, shit, I studied photography for a bit, and then it was this, and then I decided I was going to go into accounting. Wow, because I'm
Accounts?
fucking useless at it.
Yes.
But anyway, I don't think I ever had any real knowledge of what I was going to... It's just weird, and it never really crossed my mind. I never really... Yeah, I know when I was a lighty, I wanted to be a vet. I always, and I probably, if there's something I could know now, I would probably have really applied myself.
Yeah, but you would never said chef.
No, God, well, I ended up in the bloody butchery first as well, you know, so it just became, no, I would never have done that, no.
Which butchery were you working at when you...
I started off, well, I mean, that's because my dad moved to Pretoria and there was and I mean, I had to get out the house and I didn't want to go to Pretoria and I got hard ass, you know, crap story. And then I started working for Pepe Lochner, and that's how the whole thing evolved.
Oh, Loch Ness.
Yeah.
wow.
So I was actually working for him tragically when he was taken in that terrible car accident.
Oh man, okay,
That was nasty too.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I didn't know.
Yeah, so it's been one big.
Loch Ness.
Yeah. So I don't question it anymore. I mean, God knows where I'm going to end up in 10 years time.
Yeah.
So
you like fate.
Yeah, well, that's it right now. I am where I am. I is what it is, and I am what I are. So there we go. We're going to stick with that.
Biggest realization that you had about yourself?
Biggest realization I had about myself. I'm tougher than I actually thought I was.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can make it.
Yeah.
You can get through.
Yeah. If you look back at what you've been through, not just this COVID time, everyone just refers to that, but I mean just generally from up. We sometimes don't give ourselves or our loved ones the credit that they deserve.
Yeah.
Because I mean, some people have been through horrific things, other people, but each person's horrific is different to each person.
Yes.
So it's not necessarily mine is worse than yours. I mean, we all have our limits.
You know what I noticed as well is that often if you work in a team or you work with people, and you say, that person there would never get on with that person.
Be surprised.
And you always get surprised about that because people understand. People they see the real the reality behind the facade, you know.
But that's the whole thing is people. I mean, you often get naysayers that talk about, you know, if you talk about people's energies, people say, bullshit. It's so obvious. I mean, it's there. People have that energy that just attracts them to certain things, or people,
Yes.
or animals, or whatever it may be.
And he'll survive.
Yeah.
And he'll survive.
There's that something, we all have it, and
Yeah.
and I think that's what we need to embrace.
Does getting old scare you at all?
Not a chance. I'm young still.
But when you get old, when are you thinking about your old age?
No.
You're not even thinking about it.
No, I just turned 50. It doesn't bother me. Honestly, because I don't feel it in my heart. You know, I don't think.
Still
I don't-
20.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
30.
yeah, I
maybe
remember my
30.
child gets embarrassed with me half the time because of the shit I pull. So, no, I'm confined to the vehicle when I fetch her from anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
How
yeah,
old is your
no,
little
she's
one?
turning 14 now. So she just started at Pearson, so.
Okay.
But no, don't worry me.
What's the oldest thing that you own, other than your wife?
He beat me to it.
I wasn't going to give it that.
See, now my sister's naming names. That's bitchy, Taryn. The oldest thing I own. There's a couple of old things. That pot that I was telling you about, that Stains number 4 pot. It's an old. Dude, this thing is so heavy. And it's even got the moldings
Like
in it. So you're.
Potjie pot.
Yeah, but it's oval and it's.
Okay.
And it's just airtight. It's like a pressure cooker. And this thing belonged to my Oma Grietjie, whatever that means. But so it's
Mevrou
really,
Burger van Oudtshoorn.
we talking way back then. I have recently just acquired a couple of my grandfather's cutthroat razors,
Wow.
which we
Really,
see the
those
labels
ones that
of
you see
from
in the cowboy movies.
from the 40s. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, beautiful. With the labels from there used to be a razor, a barber shop down in town. Mandy Pullen's going to take me on this. I have in my possession a old scale. What are the prominent scale names that you get? But this thing is apparently
Those ones
70.
that used to stand up at the chemist, Jim, and those kind of ones.
This thing weighs a ton,
Yeah.
and it's perfectly accurate. And if you look in the tray of it, there's a piece of paper that says, "This is the property of Mandy Pullen,"
Classic.
which is my signature on it. So the agreement was, if anything ever happens to me, that's hers.
Okay.
But it's about 70 odd years old apparently. Just any old. My older sister and I share this love. Just
the
love
things.
old.
Collect your bloody hoarder.
You know what my oldest thing is I have an old can opener from World War One.
Oh, wow.
Hanging in my kitchen. I must actually send you a photograph.
Taken
of
from a dead
it. Yeah, so that's probably. So that's one of those. That, I don't even know how the bloody thing works, but I've got one of those.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't know how it came into my possession, but I
That's
have it.
amazing. I think I've got this Georgian tea chest that my mother gave me.
Really?
I think it's 1700s or something.
Good Lord, no, I'm at that. Yeah.
No, I can't. I'll show you someday.
We have a cuppa.
It sits in the corner and it does bugger all.
Well, it shouldn't.
I need a good use for a tea chest. I'm not going to hold my tea. I don't have tea. I like coffee.
You know, if you go into Bradley McKenzie,
Yes, Brad. Yes.
Brad's mom and dad, if you go into their house,
Yes.
because I did a little party for them.
Hey.
Oh, there's
The
some.
Scottish place now.
there is some stuff in that place.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, the Mackenzies, and they're going to fight about it. And when they do, they're going to beat the shit out of each other.
Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but there is a particular cabinet that I asked, what was going on there, and there's a bullet hole.
Oh, really?
So, I don't know. I can't remember the story, but just walking into that house is just like stepping back in time. It's just so cool.
Love the Mackenzies.
Yeah, beautiful people.
All been to jail, all have been involved in many bar fights.
Yes. Absolutely.
Scottish
descent.
It is, by the way it's going. What topic could you spend hours talking about?
Most definitely. For me, music. I love music.
Okay.
I like to think I have a vast knowledge, a good knowledge of it, but I make a point of anything. I'm constantly aware of new stuff, and I'm googling and I'm checking this out, and it doesn't interest me just about a band. I need to know about who that person is, who plays the bass, who does this, where they come from, what
you
the
can
history
find
is.
out now.
This is the
That's a
cool
great
thing.
Yeah.
So you can go back and you just read their histories, and I love it. I can talk about it for
when we
hours.
listened to the stuff in the early days, we never imagined
No.
how they looked, what they did. We just
No.
had to make our own.
No, I mean, there's a new
assumptions.
Beatles documentary.
Yeah, amazing.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So it's stuff like this.
Did you know Clapton was such a turn out?
Really?
Yeah.
Clapton.
No, yeah. So it's just amazing. It's amazing to just I love it. I mean, and then you try to delve into the instruments they played. And
Yeah.
Yeah, you watch a guy like Jack White, which I absolutely love. And I mean, this guy's love for early blues, and he's just phenomenal.
Great, great.
And I love
See
all
that
of
thing where he plays with Jimmy Page? And he's
Jimmy
just
Page
like
on the
in awe.
edge. Yeah. And he's got that old bucket.
They're saying
Hey!
after sundown. Alvin Reeves.
Who phoned you? Someone phoned you, buddy, because you weren't watching.
Alvin, welcome. We were just talking about our Camelot days. What were you? You were also something in Camelot. What was your
He
part?
was Lancelot.
Was he Lancelot?
Yeah, Sir Lancelot.
And I think Narnia Bola, was she not?
Narnia was, because Stella Connick,
Yes.
Narnia was the understudy.
Ooh.
And for some other reason, Stella, I don't know why Stella wasn't part of it anymore.
Okay.
And then Narnia took the role, my cousin Nikki played was it Nimue?
I don't remember the
I
names.
honestly don't remember, but it was
Thunderstorm just started in Bushmans. Oh, there we go. It's reached you now, Tanya.
Thunderstorm messing with the feed. Warwick Dickey, pay your bill.
There you go. Put on your general.
I'm just going to keep, put your Jenny on. Get some tune there.
Oh, my word. What was the first album that you ever bought or with your own money? One.
We spoke about it earlier on. Billy Joel. I don't know what the name is. Have you figured it out yet, Gary?
Somebody will know.
Yeah, so it was a Billy Joel. He was dating Christy Brinkley at the time, and it had Uptown Girl, all of that on it. So
Yes, it's one of those albums. In the middle of the night.
That's right.
I've been walking in my sleep.
So that's the first one. That's the first thing I ever bought with my own dollar.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is, and then the first album that you ever got from.
Oh, that was a Boney M. I don't know which one, really. It was a Boney M.
Christmas album.
It was a Christmas present.
There we go.
Yeah. And my first cassette I ever got, my Uncle Dennis, because in those days, it was the records, the LPs, and when the cassettes came out, not many Oaks had cassette players.
Oh, yeah.
And then if you had a twin cassette player, you were the bomb, babe.
You could record.
Yeah, so my Uncle Dennis, the first cassette, gave me one of the Springbucks. Remember the Springbuck?
Springbuck hits.
I don't know which one it was. It was Springbuck.
With some sexy woman on the front.
Yeah. That was my first tape I ever had. In fact, I still have most of my tapes. I've kept them all.
Well, it's great.
I love them.
And I've got tapes as well. Let's have a look, because I used to record our early bands as well, which is such fun. But
and the mixtapes, all of them, got them all still.
Love it. And tape from the radio.
Yes.
It's a tape one. No tights, Alvin says. Come on, Alvin, tell us which part you played. Nicky Clutie, I wore a cricket box.
I was just telling Gino earlier on about how the first night of the show, I didn't realize it, but I had a little tear in my tights, buddy. So then Jingles and Jangles were showing, but not quite.
His bollocks were singing out during the show.
I thought I had a good performance. I don't think it was that.
Nicky Clutie's there as well, Nicky.
Hey, Nix. I haven't seen Nicky for a long time.
Such a talented lady.
Danielle Marie.
Amazing.
No, they are my neighbors from Charlotte. It's beautiful people.
Love it. And Nikki's such a talented person. Nikki, I spotted you the other day just from afar, and you're looking good, my girl.
Is she still karateing it? Is Nix, are you still in the martial arts?
I saw it. I think it was at the Warmer Golf Club, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it was.
I like it. Go, girl.
Your favorite way to waste time?
Favorite way to waste time?
Yeah.
Shit.
Time waster.
Yeah, no. Just park in front of the TV.
Netflix.
And watch an old series. I mean, I'm watching Big Bang now. My wife hates it. My child started. I've watched that about. I mean, then I'll go back onto The Office, and then I'll go back onto.
I can't watch old series.
No, I dig it because it's like background noise.
No,
so I'm
new
sitting.
ones are so good though.
Yeah, I know, but you know when you don't want to focus. Yeah. So it's there. It's residual noise. Like I remember that. You carry on.
I'm watching that the one Parks Department thing. What's it called?
Parks and Recreation.
Yeah, it's bloody funny, man.
You must watch that other one. We actually watched the first episode the other day. The one Murderville.
Beautiful.
Darren
I've
said.
got to watch that.
And
That is
I
good.
didn't realize that the guest artist didn't have a script.
Yeah.
No, because it's actually.
the guest artist doesn't have a script on Murderful.
Yeah,
so,
he's that funny guy. He's in.
Well, Conan O'Brien was
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was another episode that I don't know who it was, but it was just really, really funny.
I've got to watch it.
But so now knowing that it was
Yeah, it's
impromptu
just out
like
of-
that was just
yeah.
insane. Just shows the talent of these oaks.
Okay, are you a systematic kind of person or let's wing it? Kind
When I want to be,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You wanna be a bit
like this
systematic?
type of stuff, wing it.
Are you a tough boss? You're a tough boss.
I'm an arsehole.
Are you? You am
No,
also-
I
you
so,
like it
yeah,
when
you
you're
know,
working.
it's one thing if you physically work with people. I always say, you know, it's the old adage, you lead. So, you know, if I can do it, there's no reason you can't. So don't come with your crap and all this other stuff. You know, just do it if
Get the bloody thing
you
done.
can't take it, get out the kitchen. I know it's old and it's cliched and it's pathetic.
Don't bring me the fish cakes, man.
But you know, like a real prick.
Yeah, okay.
But the thing is, you got to realize that it doesn't mean that a specific reaction doesn't mean I dislike, you know,
Yeah.
and you can either take it and just
Yeah.
realize once it's done,
And
it's done, and we
done.
move on.
You don't hold grudges.
Yeah. I mean, just a little smack on the head with a pan every now and then.
Excellent. I like that. Any bucket list items or anything that you still want to do?
Joe, man, there's lots I want to do. There's so much I want to do. Machu Picchu, stuff that I want to go, the places I want to go. I want to see the pyramids. I want to go down the Nile. There's lots. Yeah, I
Do the
just
circumnavigate.
that Northern Africa Egyptian thing fascinates me. I enjoy all of that. Cuba, the Fro and I want to go to Cuba.
Because of the Art Deco stuff.
No, the Cuba Libre and the Mojito. That's really it.
Mojito.
Yeah, because apparently it's like so rustic and they love South Africans and it's just like so that's a big one for me.
Well, what was the thing about Cuba is it really hit in the 50s. I think it was a really wealthy place. And then it just stopped. I think it was probably the American.
Well, they still have some of the best doctors. And
Yes,
there's that hospital that's highly.
Well, they import them over here all the
Yeah.
time. You know, I
You know-
don't know about that.
I was told by someone once that you go and drink a mojito, and it's literally crushed mint leaves and your rum and limos, like and that's
Lemos.
yeah. So it's just rust, and I don't know how true that, but I mean that I like those old places. I don't have much
Old
time.
cars held together with blow drought.
Yeah, well, I had a follow, but I know. I mean, you had a stocking. If you didn't have spare stockings on your gear lever, you know, and your
That's
fan belt went, you were screwed.
But they say in the cars are so expensive new that they just fix up the old ones all
That's
the
it.
time.
Yeah.
Wendy's saying love your boss boss head style.
Huh?
The boss head. Have you got the
Wendy,
love your boss head
I'm not with you, Wins. Elaborate.
Not sure.
Food in Cuba is
Brett,
not
you
good.
there?
Not there for the food, buddy.
Brett used to be at the boardwalk.
Yes,
manager there.
that's quite
Food in
right.
Cuba is not good, he says.
I'm there for the booze, bud.
They have the mojitos. You have enough of mojitos and then it's fine. It's fine. I see Danielle sending love from Cape Town.
Yeah, beautiful.
From Cape Town as well.
A war cricket box. But that's funny. Oh, man.
your happy place. Where's your happy place?
My happy place.
Yes.
I know it's going to sound funny, but I just love, like, I get to work and I get in the kitchen and I'm happy. And I love that. I mean, that's part of the reason I cycled and started doing it and just do it for the fun of
That's
it.
meditation as well. Cycling.
Yeah. It's just like
Just
just
get to chill.
gets me out of that, the sort of rigmarole of day-to-day living. And
You're on your own on the bicycle.
yeah, but even when you're with other oaks, it doesn't matter. It's still just, it's like there's something primal about it.
I think it may be the what do you call that? The things that make you feel good when you
The endorphins and that, yeah.
endorphins do
Yeah.
it as well.
So
Like
it's
drugs, man.
it's
Okay, what is have you got a controversial opinion about anything?
Yeah, but she said I don't think it's topic-wise.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
Too scared to bring it around.
Yeah.
You can skirt around it if you want.
No, Mrs. Claw and I will have that conversation privately.
Oh, my word.
I've got quite a few controversial. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not going to bring it up. You know, I think just seeing nowadays there's just too many options for too many things. You know, back in the day, when you just caused cuck and you couldn't sit still, you were just hyperactive and naughty.
Yeah.
You know, I just so I can carry.
It's been
Everything's just given a name, and it's become. I can carry on. I'm not going to get into it because it'll start a. But I just think we kind of just sometimes just need to embrace just what we are and forget about that bullshit and forget about all that other stuff and just, you know, take what you have and live it.
Yeah. No, I'm with you with living for the day.
Yeah.
Is there anything? Gary's put a question up here as well. Is there anything which surprises you about the Stanley Street area?
I'm an honest truth, that they've pulled through this whole thing.
Yeah. Going strong.
It is impressive.
Yeah.
Look,
I love that new bread and milk place there for Woodlands.
It's so lekker.
Yeah,
It really is. The guys have stuck together there. I mean, you know, I was always on the side in the Bain Street side, and you know, I think that part sort of run its course.
Yeah.
But the Stanley Street, it really it's surprising that. Well, it's not surprising, but you know, you didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know how long this thing was going to carry on for.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're still there is like testament to these acts' dedication, and none of them are serving shit food.
Yeah.
You know, they're all still serving up top quality stuff.
Jono's there, I see.
Jono's there. So kudos to all of them.
Yeah, they're still
kudos
there.
to all of them.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
I see Nicole, Miss Nicole Besson de Klerk.
Cheers.
That's Monique's sister. I know. I call you Monique's sister.
Monique's sister. Where are you now, Nicole?
Well, last time I saw her, she was at the wine tasting at
Well, that doesn't
Karoo,
surprise me.
in the Karoo, which is quite nice. I can't wait to support you. She says, may your new venture go from strength to strength. Thank you, Nicole.
I think she's in PE still. I don't know.
Must be.
Sorry,
Are you still
Nicole.
in PE, Nicole?
No disrespect. It's
Yes.
difficult to follow everyone.
And she said you'd have to come and support.
I'd love to see Nicole again.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, we do. And another VP member there.
Yeah.
The VPX.
A lot of them.
This scars. Are there any scars that you've got in their stories? I mean, you spoke about the burn. Was there a scar there as well?
No, there's a couple.
Okay. Tell us about it.
Fuck.
I don't hear the scar.
I don't know if I should tell you about the good ones or the bad ones.
The ones that you did stupid things. Those are the most.
I've had a couple of cuck ones in the last year. I mean, last year was just atrocious. I mean, I was attacked by a Rottweiler, ripped right open, and the poor oak wasn't even aggressive. He was just trying to fend off a humping little Jack Russell. So it was the strangest thing. I was hit by a car on my way to drunk driver at 11th Avenue on my way up to meet the riders at Fig Tree. Boom.
Your bicycle?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Like moved straight into me. I was quite hurt, but all right. Yeah. But I don't know. So there's a little one on my back, but that involves the wife and I from when we first got together, and one of my not so. No, you wouldn't. I'll tell you. I'm not going to divulge it now, but I'll tell you. But you wouldn't believe it if I told you. It was just like insane. I mean, I'm proud to have achieved.
He's got a scar on his butt. And he's not going to tell us where
it's kind of like back type, yeah. I'll tell you this now.
Does it say a word or something?
Yeah, Olga Williams was actually there that day, and I don't think she remembers cucking me out so much. I got escorted out of Scribanti, okay? Well, that's an achievement.
Okay.
So,
Scribanti?
Yeah.
That's like Spanner Alley. You're going to be get something really,
no,
really
I cause cuck. I cause cuck. Anyway.
Okay.
It involved a barbed wire fence and roses.
Oh, my word.
So, yeah. Long story.
Okay. What have you created that you're most proud of? Other than your child.
No, I just think
that wand, we're not talking about that wand.
No. I think for me, it's not like something I've created. Yeah. I don't know if you can call it a creation, but I've like devolved and developed into like a person that I would admire. I think, you know, I've got my bad behavior and I've got my shit, and I'm not but it's if I had seen myself 20 years ago,
Yeah.
and I see myself now,
Yeah.
I'm proud of that.
Okay. Good.
So that's a
I love that. Yeah. Yes, it's a great thing, sir, because it means that you've really thought about
I have.
who you were and who you are
I
now.
have.
And especially being through this 2.5 years of absolute hell. You survived, come out the other side, and you're
Yeah.
okay.
I am okay.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
where I want to be.
Yeah.
I'm not hundreds. It's not fireworks
you're better.
and daisies and all that cuck. But I am okay. And I mean, Gary asked that question like on a pet peeve earlier on, and that's one of those things is that the people. It is a pet peeve for me. Is that people that constantly bitch and moan.
Yeah.
But sorry, I'm going to swear now. But you see them doing sweet fuck all.
Yeah.
They're not doing anything.
Yeah.
They just choose to be victims.
Yeah. No,
Not on. You know, and 20 years ago that would have been me.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's where I'm coming from.
Always moaning. Indeed.
Yes, yeah, it's just yeah.
Okay. Final question. Amongst your family and friends, who are what are you famous for amongst your friends and your family?
Causing shit.
You're a cuckster, though.
Yeah. I mean, friends and family are all different, but I'm like. So my little niece has a T-shirt I made for. I'm the funkle. So I'm the uncle, but only fun.
Okay.
I'm the fun. So it's just that. That's that whole growing up thing. I don't want to grow up.
All right.
I want to be the clown that just carries on and does what he's got to
Makes people
do.
happy as well.
Yeah, and just
Next nice food.
yeah, it's important to ask questions in life. If I can, often people say, you can't ask that, but I can ask because I'm not going to know.
Yeah.
And you have the right to say you don't want to answer it. So
Yes.
yeah.
No, Philip is one who also asks. I'm social anxiety a little bit.
Oh no, I don't give a shit.
Philip also doesn't. She's just.
You got to ask that question.
Straight in, yeah.
And I mean, I won't get offended if you tell me to piss off. It's fine. You're right as well. But if I need to know. I want to know. If you don't want to know, I'm going to find out in any case. But
One question that I've actually left off, which I quite like, is any myths in the restaurant industry. Sort of.
Like myths, as in, are you talking about in like the PE industry or?
Yeah. No, like just like being in owning a restaurant. The what people think. And
people just seem to think it's booze, drugs, bucks, sex. Nailing your waitresses. Sorry. but it is. And it's not.
Nailing your waitresses?
I'm blaming that one on this. but there is there's that whole and I mean if I actually realised how hard you worked.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't have time for any of that. Because there's always time for the dope and that. But I just think that the whole myth of the whole myth of it being
sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Yeah, and like it's not a glorious life. If anybody says to me they want to go and study chefing and do it, I'm like, are you fucking stupid? Don't do it.
Don't go there,
just
man.
Unless I mean I have questions within the industry because there's too much. Sorry, I'm blabbing on you. There's too much. Celebrity chefing and stuff. It just made it. Kids don't really understand what it is anymore.
It's hard work.
So they go and see all this stuff, and they go to hotel school. They come out. They go into their first job. They know nothing.
Yeah.
So that whole myth of being a glorified whatever.
Yes,
no, it's bullshit.
celebrity chef.
No.
Olga saying you still owe me a bunch of flowers. 20 years later.
Yeah, Ollie, you remember that? I'm gonna tell Gino just now.
Well, you're lucky you weren't one of his waitresses, because you might have got some more than just flowers. Anyway, Sean Brito, here comes Johnny.
I've let him out.
You let him out now. Check that.
Are we finishing now?
Final story. We always said our guest, when something, your most embarrassing moment for one.
Yeah.
And a moment when something has gone completely wrong, and then your proudest moment.
I think my proudest moment. And I'm not a particularly religious person, but my proudest moment would be having the pleasure of feeding Archbishop Tutu.
Sure.
And I'm not just saying that now because he's deceased. I
Did
was.
you go, there's a train coming,
No,
there's a
he
train
just
coming.
he actually was such a marvelous fella, and and you know, there's something about that man when he touches, there's just something.
Yeah.
There's something. You can't dispute it.
Mandela as well, they said that
Yeah.
he was larger than life. And
Yeah, and he's this tiny little guy.
Greg, how's it, Greg? We got
Mr. Khan, how you, buddy?
Joe Davis, we got your thingy on the drum cam. We got your poster here. You have to come fetch it eventually when you need some advertising.
Find me the investors. I'm in. Yeah, so that, and then I was invited to sit with him and his wife to have lunch.
Oh, wow.
That was marvelous. I mean, just his
lunch with Bishop Tues.
yeah. So
So
that was a highlight for me.
Yeah.
I was really proud of
Proudest
it.
moment.
Yeah.
And then something when things gone completely wrong.
Fuck, I don't know if I can tell those stories.
Yeah, come on. Of course we must have it.
Oh
We have
shit.
We have like really shit gigs that go wrong. You guys have got to have like.
Yeah, I had one particular night, and there was this fella, and I don't even know if he's still alive.
Yeah.
But he used to. He was a cancer patient and had a colostomy bag.
Yes.
And he used to pay the security guards. He used to start in one of those old age homes out in Sunridge.
Okay.
But he used to get pissed. And he used to go to all the restaurants in Stanley Street. And I'm not going to mention names.
Yes.
I don't think he's still alive. But no one would eventually feed the poor oak.
Oh.
And I liked him.
Yeah.
So I would say to him, okay, come in, but you got... And it...
Like car guard kind of vibes.
And my pipe under my sink
Yeah.
burst.
Oh.
Okay, and this is like 9:30 at night.
Oh shit.
So the place, look, you know, luckily the place is now flooding.
Oh shit.
We're trying to get to this. This oak is sitting, and there's just a mass of food around him. It's like a 2-year-old was chowing, and then he decides to go to the toilet.
Oh.
Okay, I don't know if I can say this. I don't know if it,
Yeah.
but off he goes, and he comes back, and he carries on his chow. And one of my guys says to me, "You need to come look."
Yeah.
And obviously he'd gone into the. But now remember, at this stage, this is such a vivid like memory.
Yeah.
The water had now, because we had built the place. Sean Britta had actually advised we went at a slight angle in case of shit like this.
Okay.
And the water was running, so there was bathroom water in the bathrooms now. Really.
Oh, yeah.
And this oak had gone into obviously empty his colostomy. I don't know why I'm whispering.
Yes. Yes.
But when I say to you the shit had hit the fan,
Oh no.
it was
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Oh no. Oh, that is
It was,
just terrible.
yeah, it was, and I was angry, but I felt so bad because he had no idea, and he was so pissed. And then the oak still drove off and drove into a lamppost in Bain Street.
No.
And I think that was the last time I ever saw him. That was
That is
that is
a
one of my
disaster.
that is because I didn't know what to do because besides the water there was stuff.
Oh no, that's terrible. It's, no, that's like oh.
No, it was absolutely, it was like a rock and a hard
shame,
place.
man.
Do you
Yeah.
want to?
Yeah.
Anyway, bless
Yeah,
his
what
soul.
can you
If he
do?
is gone, I hope he's somewhere safe and happy.
What can you do?
But it was funny in
It's
retrospect.
hectic.
Yeah.
Well, I know that I've got photos of myself just hosing down my son when he had nappies with the nappies, and I'm sure if you've had parents. Like it's amazing when a small little kid can get so full of shite. I just took a hose pipe and I was there standing in the middle of the garden and I just sprayed.
Well, I'm telling you a quick story now. I know we way past schedule, but my wife, she's not online now, but she'll find this very
Right.
funny. So we go off to, her sister lives in Kalk Bay and
Yes.
family there, Brass Bell and everything, and her brother-in-law. And we're having this tool and the girls go off home and Andrew and I go on our little mission and do our thing, and we arrive home at the front door and we just met by these like, you know. So I'd lost my sunglasses and Andrew and I had got ourselves into a little rugby game with the boogies that stayed under the train station.
Nice.
So I'd happened to roll myself in a bit of human excrement while we were playing rugby.
Oh no!
So I'm so lekker gesape. I didn't even know. Anyway, I arrive home and we're standing at the door and there's just poo everywhere.
No,
So now we're on the topic of poo.
that's
Yeah.
great.
And then nevertheless, I got hosed down. I was told to stand there and like,
Good, no, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
yeah.
John Berger, thank you. Ending on that note, John, thank you so much for coming.
Dude, it was an absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me. That's really cool.
And we got the
Thank you,
competition.
Gary.
We have the competition now, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to play a song.
Yeah, you can check out that song. That's fine, yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I've got the mic in my hand because we've got the competition now. You can win a case of Fitch and Leeds if you put the song. I'm going to play on the drum cam. We're going to move over to the drum cam now, and our sponsor, one of our sponsors, Fitch and Leeds, gives us a case of Fitch and Leeds for every person that every show. And if you give me the name of the artist and the name of the song, then you can win it yourself. First one to put it in the comments. Are you ready? Get ready on your keyboards, keyboard warriors. Okay. All right, we're ready.
Hold on tight to your dreams. Hey, hold on tight to your dreams. When you see a ship go sailing, when you feel your heart is breaking, hold on tight to your dreams. It's a long time to be gone. Time just runs on and on. When you need a shoulder to cry, when you get so sick of trying, hold on tight to your dreams.
We have a winner, Brett Hinton. Well done, Brett. We'll get that to you. Wendy will phone you shortly. Wendy Thompson is organising our prize winners. Thank you so much for joining us on Gino Spot. Fantastic having you. Thank you, John Berger. And thank you, our sponsors, Fitch Leeds and will be with us all this time. And of course, thank you to Phobia to that's for our food. And it's been fantastic. On Thursday, we have Martin Smith. Don't miss Thursday live, 6:30. Thursday, live, 6:30. Martin Next. There he is. There he is, the old bugger. Incredible. He's pretty much cyclist. And Adidas, humor. We got a whole story there. He's a man with amazing stories. We'll see you on Thursday.
Relax, sit down. Coming out of PE town. Drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver. Get to Gino Spot.
Gino Spot!
Get to Gino Spot.
Gino Spot!
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Have a Gino shot.
Gino Shot!
Get to Gino Spot.
Gino Spot!
Get to Gino Spot.
Gino Spot!
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Get to Gino Spot.